Silence, where stars whisper secrets untold. A rift tears through the astral veil, and sanity reigns, its grip unfolds. Cultists chant in shadowed halls, their voices a hymn to chaos unbound. They conjure up forbidden falls, to summon the fallen, lost and unfound. Unfound. Oh, astral winds carry us free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. Across fractured plains, reality trembles, mountains weep, rivers twist in desperate prayer. The sun blinks, uncertain of its emblem, as eldritch horrors crawl from the lair. Their forms twisted and malefic, born of nightmares and forgotten dread. They drift through astral currents, a beacon for those who seek madness instead. Oh, astral winds carry us free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. Every bone. In forgotten temples and cursed groves, heroes gather, there is all unyielding, to chase the ripples of reality's coves and confront the abyss, both fearsome and appealing. Oh, astral winds carry us free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. As the final verse echoes the starlit skies and death trembles on the lips of all, the abyssal maw opens galaxies within, ready to consume all those who stall. Yet whispers of valor and unity persist in the eminent astral reckoning. Perhaps hope shall win.
All right, welcome on in. For those of you hanging out, we are getting ready to dive into session number 18 of Echoes of the Fallen Ascendant. Looks like we got the whole crew here, so I'm going to jump straight over to them, run through some recap from last time, a couple of session notes that I have for this time, and then we're going to dive straight into it. Thank you all for hanging out, and we'll see you at the end. All right, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick recap. I got a couple of notes and then we'll dive straight into it. So, session 17 began on Winnell the 10th, 4253 PFH at 11 a.m. As quickly as it started, it was over. The group had defeated the blood creatures, or rather, they defeated themselves. The group discussed their next moves. Lyra went into the eastern cave section and identified the clamshell, and successfully resisted its bloodlust when she touched it. She found that it was a holy symbol of Sekala, the shark goddess. In the western cave section, Payne and Dench harvested what amethyst they could, sans appropriate tools. Canis and Lyra entered the amethyst room afterwards and found yet another message in the stagnant pool. The group then took everything that they could carry to the surface, where they discussed Lyra's theory regarding the hourglasses, contingency magic, and blood. It's kind of a mouthful. The group set off, and over the course of their 4.5-day journey, they almost lost Pearl to bloodlust, made solid use of Tensor's floating disc. Dench and Canis hunted an Axebeak, Amelia found a message among the stars. Surprise. And Lyra and Canas found yet another message along the western river's edge near the bridge crossing. That's the abbreviated portion of the 2.5 hours you guys spent making that trip back. The group arrived in Willow Hollow and checked in at the Emerald Tower. Cornelius was awaiting them with a new guest, Kiana Lorinar, a drow astral specialist from the Tower of Ngatu in the Underdark. She told the group that she had been hired on specifically to study these shards, since her own plane of existence had failed to gather the fragments that she claims had fallen there as well. She also confirmed that other planes of existence besides her own and yours had reported similar astral bodies entering their aurora spheres. She then told the group that, unfortunately, they had to perform the Great Reset on Lucas Thornell, but he is recovering and well. She also told them quite a bit about the disease that was afflicting those coming into contact with the shards, Sakabosakal, or the Shattermad Blight, an arcane disease that spreads from the bodies of long-dead, ancient, and infernally tainted entities. Therefore, she believes that these are bone fragments. The group received their rewards for returning the second group of fragments, but they were quickly asked to make haste in gathering the final fragments so that they could be studied fully by Kiana. The group agreed, Kiana took the clamshell, and the group was left to speak with Cornelius. And that is where we are picking up. So XP, so you guys had 50 combat XP, 150 RP XP, because you guys pretty much just RP'd the whole time, and surprisingly enough, skill check XP, 50. So you guys each got 250 XP for last session. 250. And then today we will be picking up session 18 on Winnell the 15th. 4253 PFH at 12 p.m. All right. Two quick notes. First and foremost, you probably noticed that you have little yellow bubbles where the red bubbles were. Well, I have been doing this for, I don't know, like 6 years, and never realized that I could actually change the number of bubbles that you guys have on your little character tokens from 3 to 4. So I changed it to 4 because I like having a separate bar for your temp hit points, which from now on will be the red bar, and then your yellow bar will now be your hit dice. So
I was going to say, if it makes you feel any better, we commented on it, and none of us knew that you could do that either.
Yeah. So green HP, blue armor class, red temp hit points, and yellow HD. Those are the major things we all track. So, especially since there's a lot of people in this party that can add temp hit points to many people. All right. So that's note 1. Note 2. Okay, so moving forward, and I know I gave the nod of approval last session, but moving forward, there will be absolutely no offline or out-of-game roleplay. That all has to stay in-game and online. I know sometimes it's a little bit tough because we want to abbreviate and move things, but it opens a lot of doors that I have gone down in the past in other games, my own, and in other gaming platforms that are just not anything I want to have to deal with. So from now on, if we roleplay, we roleplay. I don't care if we take 7 hours to roleplay something out, we do it here. That it is not a jab at anybody. I gave the nod of approval for the last in-between session, so. Okay. I feel like I had one more note, but apparently I didn't. If I think of it, I'll interrupt somebody abruptly and shout it at you, but I don't see it in my notes. Okay, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. All right. With that being said, any questions or clarifications from anybody before I let you guys do your thing? Okay. So, Kiana has just left with the clamshell. Closed the door behind her. Cornelius is kind of sitting there looking at you guys. And he kind of smiles. He looks tired. He looks fatigued. Like, you guys were the ones traveling and doing all the crazy shit. But he does genuinely look tired. And he just kind of looks out to the lot of you and he says, I'm sorry. I know that was probably kind of a lot to just heap on you right after you returned from your previous mission. So my apologies for that, but I'm trying my best to keep this thing moving so we can minimize the amount of people being affected by whatever it is these things are. I know you've already all agreed to assist me, but if you could promise me that you will make haste in tracking down the remainder of these fragments, wherever they may be, it's a little out of the ordinary for me to offer this, and though I don't have explicit permission from Mistress Rosanna, I know that I can vouch for your ability and your effort, and I'd like to at least offer the gold from the reward for the next part of this mission up front. I understand that there are costs involved in all of your travel. I don't suspect fishmen were plundering vast quantities of loot, and I know that you've already had to make a trip back to the city after Mr. Payne's unfortunate demise the first time around. So if you're interested, and you can swear to me that you'll make haste on this, I'd offer you each 100 gold now, up front.
Oh, that's very kind of you. I do appreciate that. I mean, speaking firsthand from seeing the terrible things that these shots have done to people and things, I would agree to that. I suppose that I can for myself say that I vow to take care of this as fast as possible. Yeah.
Lyra would be nodding as well.
Emilio
It's
would.
very.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Nope.
no, you go. Okay,
Just say-
fine, I'll go.
Yes.
Canadian standoff.
So polite. That kind of threw me off. So Payne would kind of be like, it's the way you do things on the surface here. The arrows and the potions, they were definitely useful for us. We definitely needed them, and it was very helpful. But where I come from, we don't usually pay ahead before somebody does something. So I've really been thrown off by this. But again, thank you. We do appreciate it, and I appreciate your trust in us.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Mr. Payne, it's not common for people on the surface to pay in advance, especially in this quantity either, but
True, yeah.
I'm well aware of your capability. I feel like, although I still maybe don't know you all that well, I know what you are about as a whole, and he kind of struggles and he says, trust you, which is not something given freely or easily by my people. And he kind of pulls his hair back behind his long, graceful elven ears.
Well, that does mean a lot. to
I
me.
can
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Very well. I was hoping you would agree to that, and he reaches kind of below where he's at, and you hear like a secondary small like wooden box open, and he starts pulling out small not small bags. They're probably size of a good size like coin purse in brown leather with these like ivy embroidered leather wraps cinching them, and he kind of starts pushing them down. He pulls out 5 and kind of pushes them out onto the table. So if you guys are collectively agreeing, or if you are agreeing even individually, you can add 100 gold to your personal inventory, each of you.
I'm gonna add.
I figured he wasn't hiding that anywhere. Well,
No.
So just for clarification, we got the gold from the previous thing, and then this is gold for the next one.
Correct. Yeah, you guys were paid last time. There was a chest that he put on the table for last time, and then
that's what that was,
and
yeah,
that was last session. And now you're each getting individually 100 gold. So last time it was for the party.
It was 100 gold per person for the party first time, and then this time will also be.
No. Okay, who took the loot last time? Who took the loot
I
last
don't
session?
have any notes
I don't think
about
we
the
opened
amount.
it. Yeah, he put it on the table. Nobody opened it.
Yeah, I think that's where we left it. He just had the chest there.
Okay.
I
Give
think
me
I
one
had
sec.
I had assumed that like this was a conversation that was being like had at the time. Like, if you want it, here's the last mission and the future mission.
Yeah, give me 1 second because I do have. Just give me 1 sec. I can't believe I'm saying it, but this is the first time I've had to go into my archives. Probably won't be the last. Okay, so you guys were offered. Okay, so it was 100 gold for the party. So split that, what? So 20 gold apiece, I guess, if you're going to take it like that.
Yeah.
And then that was for payment for this. Then, or excuse me, that was payment for bringing back the clamshell. Then he is offering you now in advance 100 gold each right now. And when you're completed, remember last session he showed you the mithril armor. There's a suit of mithril scale mail that's in the room with you guys.
That's where the confusion came. I thought we were okay. Yep. That
So
makes sense.
essentially, everybody gets 120 gold if you want to split it up like that.
For consistent bookkeeping among the party, or do we want to just add the 100 to the party inventory, or do we want to add 20 to each of our persons?
I mean, somebody would have to be carrying it for the party. It still has to be somewhere, so
Right.
But
probably
we
just
do
split
have,
it.
yeah, okay, so that'll
Yeah,
work. I know
agreed.
we have some coins in the party inventory at the moment.
Yeah,
So-
we do have that giant, all the giant pillowcase full of copper and
But I
such. Yeah.
believe that got left with Pearl and the rest of the camp supplies for now. DM clarification, is everything that we've been given in gold pieces, or is any of it like platinum for the sake of
No,
weight?
nope. It is all in gold pieces. You have not paid
Okay.
been paid any platinum. And then who added the 100 to the party inventory?
Yeah, he pointed that. I don't.
Because
I-
there is 100 in the party inventory, and I'm positive that's what we actually talked about last time.
So maybe everybody.
It's 100 gold even in the party inventory.
We can just
Somebody
leave
must have
that
dropped it in there.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it happened last time.
Okay. Then I will remove 20 from my inventory.
I'll remove 40.
Same. Well, to the 20 bit.
What time of day was it again today?
12 p.m.
It's 12 p.m. Okay.
Okay. So everybody removed the gold that was appropriate from their personal inventory. Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure. I've been trying to avoid, like the plague, having to make my own sheet that tracks all of your guys' stuff. But I feel like it's going that direction. I really don't want it to, though. 100 gold isn't that big of a deal, but as we get into higher tiers, when it starts becoming, you know, thousands or tens of thousands, and, you know, we don't know where it came from or who has it, that's going to be a big problem, so.
You know, maybe when we're adding something into the party inventory, we should throw it into chat in here as well, so there's a record of it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Easy enough.
Okay. Okay, so you guys each take your bags. He lets you keep the little chest that had the 100 gold in it, but he, I guess, would offer to transfer it to a small bag so you guys can carry it in an easier fashion. Right, so... Okay, well, I guess that's settled then. I know I said make haste, obviously. There are things to be done, preparations to be made, but as soon as you can, please feel free to stay the evening. Because of the completion of this last task, you will have full access here for another 2 weeks, so the 29th of Winnell will be your final day of free lodging.
As always, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
You're doing a very kind thing for a bunch of elven strangers, which, obviously, it's kind of bigger than we are at this point, so you keep this up and one day you'll all be some grand heroes everyone can recant tales about.
Well, not in it for that. Definitely in it to keep people safe. But maybe that would be a nice added bonus, I suppose.
I would prefer that we put a stop to this before word or fear spreads to the point stories are needed.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, wonderful. I know you kind of came in, sat down, and allowed me to just ramble, as well as Madam Kiana. Is there anything that you may need from me? Any questions or anything?
Well, I suppose I do. I'm curious about what's been going on in town lately since we've been gone. I mean, no offense, but you seem a little bit, strung out and stressed out. Have things been all right here since, or has anything else come up?
To be honest with you, since you found those fragments at the Thornell estate, everything's been pretty quiet. As far as the weird things are concerned, I'm worried. Obviously, as we learn more information about these things, I, as Mistress Rosanna's proxy, take on a lot of her stress, and I am attempting to facilitate all sorts of things. It was one of my personal contacts at the Tower of Ngatu in the Underdark, which allowed us to bring Kiana on board to assist us. But it's been a lot. I've been working a lot, quite frankly, which, again, is one of the reasons I'm offering to give you what you need up front, because if this can be done any faster, I'd be very grateful.
I understand. Yeah.
But thank you for your concern over me. I don't look that bad, do I?
I mean,
No.
some bags under the eyes a little bit. Looks like you kind of need a good long night's rest.
Sometimes I wish I could sleep.
A nice beard would help your look a lot.
I don't
That's
think
true.
I'm physically capable of that, Mr. Payne.
I feel for you then. I'm sorry.
But here's to hoping. Right, well, if there's nothing else, I suppose I'll leave you be for now. I'm going to head back upstairs. I have a few reports that I need to write, including what we've done here today. He kind of stands and picks up the little chest that was underneath him, now very clearly quite light. If there is anything you should require, obviously have the guards come and get me, and if not, then Godspeed to all of you, and please just be safe. I think we are so close. I'm not getting my hopes up, but if these are really the last of these shards and we can finally put all this to rest, I don't care if we take them and launch them back into dark space. I just want them off the prime material and out of Willow Hollow.
One more question. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask before the lady had left earlier. Is the child still under quarantine, or is he
He's
able to be
in...
visited?
So, he's in recovery right now. He is unconscious. We've kept him that way because the resurrection sickness is, terrible even on adults, so we're trying to keep him as comfortable.
We've seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen it. That's fine.
Okay. But, with that being said, he starts flipping through papers in his offhand. If you would like to visit him, he should be fully recovered according to the priests on the 18th, this upcoming Friday. You're welcome to visit after that.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Take care of yourselves.
You as well, sir.
As soon as he leaves, Lyra would turn to Amelia and at first just kind of look her over. I can insight check if you want me to, but basically I'm looking to see if she's squirming or looking uncomfortable right now. Like particular.
Hang on one second. Got it. Okay, understood. Yep, Amelia, I'll let you respond as far as what you may or may not be trying to obfuscate.
Amelia is fiddling with her holy symbol, so that's probably about as much information as you need on that. And she's been very quiet through this, other than her agreement to travel east.
And that is also very rare, because she obviously has
Opinions.
all the ideas.
So
all things.
Lyra would look directly at Amelia as soon as he was gone, and Amelia, I am very proud of you for saying yes to going east. I just want to say you're prioritizing correctly. If we don't go east, we know for sure people will die. If we don't go west, we don't know for sure someone will die. And I can almost guarantee you that your god's not going to abandon you for not following his starry arrows right now. I'm sure there will be bigger, more glamorous, starry directions in the future.
So she has a range of very clear emotions as you're speaking, ranging from like turning to you, trying to like focus to give attention, to the like, yeah, people are going to die, like certain person might die, just the very clear reactions, and then almost a smile at the starry messages. But what she says is, she takes a breath and just, I didn't need to look to the sky to see that there was only one direction we could go.
That's good.
Are we still planning on leaving as soon as we resupply?
Probably in the morning, I think, will probably be the best bet, or at least as soon as we can tomorrow. Yeah.
As soon as we're ready.
Exactly. Not rushing it. Yeah. We need to be prepared.
If it's all right, then I have some business to to attend to in the temple and potentially in town. It won't take long. I won't delay us getting on the road again.
Well, I think we all have some business in town. I do as well. One being, I do want to stop by Lyra's to say hi to Lyra's father and thank him for his amazing work he did. And I would like to try to find a breastplate if I can.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, y'all talking about armor. I mean, this leather vest worked pretty well in the past, but it can't work forever.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's plenty of places we can check to see if anyone has that for sale, and I'm sure Papa's at home.
Most likely at home, yeah.
If you need any more coin to get suitable armor, what my share of what's been given, please take what you need from that.
Well, we still have plenty of coin in the cart. Maybe we can. Actually, that might be another thing. Maybe we can see if we can exchange that down to gold instead of literally 2,000 pounds of coin.
That's probably a good idea.
I think that
Probably not a
actually
bad
is
idea.
literally 2,000 pounds of coin, isn't it? So, I suppose bank at some point. Is there a bank here? I don't know how this. I assume there has to be some kind of no
No,
banks.
there's not a bank here, unfortunately, but we might be able to have them switched out if we do a big enough purchase. Like wherever we buy your armor from, we might be able to say, hey, while we're at it.
Oh.
Or just
Okay.
pay in copper initially. Might take a little time to count it out, but
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so I've got Lyra and Dench then going one direction. I'm assuming Canis is going with them. I've got Amelia needing to go to the church, and Payne, what are you doing?
I'm going with Lyra and Dench.
Ah, okay. Got it.
Nice. Me and Payne are third wheeling.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, third and fourth wheeling. You guys make the perfect car. Okay. So why don't we go ahead? Why don't we go ahead? Yeah, I don't know. All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and start off in the Temple of Celestian, since we've got one person going there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
surprised
did
they
you guys
trust
have-
me to go there?
Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to discuss before I pull you from the Emerald Tower?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I'm just probably confirming what time we would want to meet back to know if we need to find each other or check to make sure no one hit anything wonky.
Well, I suppose I don't know if we need to meet up so much as just like make sure you're to bed at a decent hour and clean and ready to go in the morning.
Yes, Dad.
Yeah, no dirty
Well,
people leaving in the morning.
Just all right. I'm just saying, just make sure you clean behind your ears.
You're not helping your case.
It's important to have clean ears.
Okay.
Amelia nods like she's in complete agreement with her, slightly larger than human ears.
All right. So you guys leave the Emerald Tower. I'm assuming that Dench and crew are going to be taking Pearl, who is carrying all these shitloads of coins that you guys have right now. Looks like they fed her probably a handful of apples, carrots, celery, brushed her down real good. She looks chipper. She seems like she's pretty good to go. As you walk up, she's clearly gorging on fresh, crystal clear water, which is the first time she's been able to do that in a few days. So she hooks up real easy, and you guys are on your way. You guys go north. Amelia, you head east, and you arrive at the Temple of Celestian. Doors are open. It's middle of the day. Business is good. Sometimes.
Do they still do the weird, almost as if they were expecting me thing that they did last time I was here?
They don't, actually.
Okay. Good, that helps. Then yeah, I will head inside my usual quiet prayer as I go in, and look to see if the priestess is available.
Yeah, so as you walk in, you actually see High Priestess Rosebloom speaking currently with Morlin the Everwatcher at the front of the cathedral. Not cathedral, it's a
And
church.
we're back to being concerned that the stars are aligning. Okay.
I'll do that. And that, so you know who you're talking to.
Well, I will absolutely make sure that I'm not intruding or anything. I'll end up probably finding one of the pews to be at while they're talking, and then when it seems that they have a moment, I'll approach.
Okay, so yeah, you sit. Probably 5 or 6 minutes or so go by, and Morlin looks in your direction. His eyes kind of got that pale, like blue starlight, and he blinks a few times and he says, "Are you going to join us, or are you going to ignore the calling?"
Amelia's going to stand and just, I didn't want to interrupt a private conversation.
He looks around the room, kind of gestures to the people in the pews. "I'd have gone far from here if I intended this to be private. Quite echoey, wouldn't you say?" He kind of like half smiles and he nods at you. "I appreciate your politeness. You've good manners."
I try to remember them. Makes things easier sometimes.
Indeed. So, what can we do for you? You grace us with your presence. Why?
Well, a number of reasons. And she's fidgeting again. But it seems when we come back to town, this is one of the first places my path leads. But I was hoping for advice, and I did say that I would seek you out when we returned next and had a moment. That last bit's towards the Everwatcher in particular.
He nods and he says, "Well, it would seem here you are, and a moment you have, so you've made good on politeness, manners, and promises. That's 3 in your favor."
You said, or the calling.
Sorry, say that again? I didn't hear that last bit.
She kind of hesitated for a moment and then said, you said, or asked if I was going to ignore the calling, meaning like right here and now. Did I miss something?
I just assumed that one being named Sentinel of the Celestial Expanse had received word that I was here speaking with High Priestess Rosebloom, and that is what called you here. Am I maybe incorrect in assuming that?
I had not received word. So I would say in this case, I think the stars have just aligned in our favor.
You get kind of like a little chuckle out of him, and you see High Priestess Rosebloom kind of chuckle and sigh, and she looks at him. "Will you stop teasing the poor girl? She is an initiate, High Priestess. I must test her faith in every manner." She kind of rolls her eyes and looks at you. "He's a little bit puffed up right now, and I'm sorry about that, but he's been very excited about everything that's been happening with you since we first met. Not excited about the bad things that you're taking care of, but about the good things you're accomplishing because of them. You see, he kind of nods in agreement.
I hope that means you understand it more than I do. I'm just doing my best to put one foot in front of the other right now. It's partially why I'm here. That and I can't be in two places at once, and I wish I could be.
That may be something your talents provide for you later on. Maybe if you're lucky, you find some sort of magic that can assist you in that. I don't know. The stars are fruitful and endless.
I don't even know where to start. We, my companions and myself, we're going to be heading east to continue the journey we've already started. That's, I mean, much the same as it was. We're hoping to be able to near the end of that. But I saw signs before pointing, well, pretty much exactly in the opposite direction. And I wasn't sure if there was anybody else who could go in that direction, or I don't know.
So Morlin and her kind of look at each other, and then he looks at you. What exactly would guide you west? I did not see a sign west. Neither did the High Priestess, so this was not something that had to do with us.
Over the past couple of weeks, I've been seeing very clear signs when I look up to the stars at night. Often arrows. One led us to the last. She hesitates and then just very deliberately says fragments, so you can almost hear like the air quote around it. To the last fragment. And then another pointing further southwest. And when we realized we needed to come back to town, I prayed for guidance on if turning my back on the path that I thought we needed to follow would be a problem. And she's struggling, and it's almost like her words. She's struggling to get the words out, but is trying to stay calm about it.
You see them both very patiently and understandingly just kind of nodding along with you and letting you get it out.
I appreciate them. She just, and then I saw the stars shift and the constellations change to form words. And she looks more towards the High Priestess as she says this. They said, Alara taken, but safe for now. And then we were back here.
Yeah,
we found we needed to go east.
The High Priestess, she looks kind of shook for a moment as she looks to Morlin, and he nods, and he says, "That's the one that you told me of." She nods again. He says, well, this is a very, very good thing. You see, Amelia, sentinel of the celestial expanse, as you are well aware by now, the Order of the Silver Star focuses all of our efforts on not only dark space, stars, astral bodies, but a life dedicated to bringing the light of the heavens to those in need. And the way many of our guidances from the Great Celestian Manifest are in constellation signs. I rarely see mine as arrows, but I do follow the North Star, or the Great Silver Star, in the direction of my calling. Perhaps this is his way of manifesting and telling you what needs to be done and when. And as an initiate, you may have misunderstood and faltered ever so slightly in his intention, which is what you're doing now, and that is fine. That, I think, is why he reached out to you to spell it out. Now, you've a conundrum here. Because there are 2 prongs to this arrow. Double-sided arrow. 2 heads, both pointing in opposite directions. And what is it that they tell us? I think that they are telling us, well, obviously, 2 different things. One of these things is that there is a personal tie leading you in one direction, and the opposite direction is what we would call the greater evil. Something personal to you may still end up with somebody injured, wounded, in need of said guiding light, but you, as an initiate, in this I task you, Amelia, Sentinel of the Celestial Expanse. You must decide for yourself what head of the arrow matters most in the now. You don't have to answer that question outwardly, but you will have to answer it inside, as you are right. You cannot be in 2 places at one time. That is not possible. You have received word here on the Prime Material of something big happening, and you've made discoveries of it thus far. However, you have been shown a sign to something that holds very dear and personal to your heart. Thus is the crux of any good paladin. Sometimes we may or may not make choices that will have negative consequences one way or another, but it is up to you to decide what that greater evil will be and what needs to be accomplished first.
Lyra was, well, I talked to the others and said before we made it into town that I would like to return west, and explained why. And after we found out we needed to go east, Lyra asked about it. And I can say the same thing I told her, and that's, it's not really a choice. There's only one way that path leads, at least one way that I'm willing to walk. That wasn't the difficulty. I wasn't sure if there was more that could be done. We will be going east. I know that's the right thing to do, but that doesn't make that less difficult.
And there is the crux of the problem. Things that will tug at your heart and mind sometimes need to be calculated and ordered in a certain way that does the least harm overall. How far west, by the way, did this arrow point? Were you able to track its trajectory?
As it was before, Dunch is really good at helping me narrow it down on maps. To the ruins of Ankmir.
All the way.
Directly.
He kind of looks at Rosebloom. Do you want to enlighten her of the runes? She kind of shrugs. Amelia, I am not sure how much you know about the runes of Ankmir as a whole, but that is not a safe place one way or another for anybody especially good doers, to find themselves. Are you familiar with the happenings in the ruins?
Not at all. As far as I'm aware. Like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't know anything. Okay.
it's just kind of like it's kind of a den of debauchery, pretty much, is what everybody knows it for.
I don't know much about, well, the West. I didn't know much about here either.
Listen, it's going to be a culture shock if and when you do end up going that direction. You must be on your guard all the time. Unfortunately, I'm not very familiar with anything that has to do with Ilara and that direction. However, I can tell you that the ruins of Ankmir are home to less civilized people, let's just say. The majority of the denizens are tieflings who've made direct pacts with the Hells in various stages. Full-blooded orcs, Yonti, the Snake Men. The entire city is known famously or infamously for its slave trade, multiple thieves' guilds, and a massive black tower that sits in the center of the city called the Spire of the Pact Makers. A few decades ago, probably more like 5 decades ago, their current leader, Braxel Wisdom, a young-ish tiefling man, he had made a pact with a devil named Levistius to spare what remained of the people within the entirety of the region when a civil war broke out. Essentially, different factions of slave traders turned on each other, turned upon the government. It became this whole insane thing. But thankfully, because of the nature of their business, it was very geographically cut off from the rest of Trinity. But, nonetheless, Braxel rose to the tower of the Pact Makers, bound himself to Levistius, and I mean, I hate to say it, but it worked. The entirety of the Civil War ceased, and the city went quiet since. There are still ships in and out, slave traders in and out regularly. The thieves' guilds that operate there as a home base do still facilitate in other major cities, but for the most part, they've gone very quiet.
It takes a long moment before she just very simply says, "Oh, that's probably very, very good information to have."
Yes.
That does make me more concerned about the thought that she was taken. But I have faith in her. Okay. I'll make sure that I share that with the others so that they can decide if and when the time comes whether to travel west.
Moreland kind of smiles and he says, I definitely would say that although your friends may have a choice, you do not.
I think this is one of those where sometimes you know that technically there is a choice, but there's really only one path. It's not really a decision to make, even if the choice does exist. Does that make sense?
He smiles. The choice doesn't exist. The very nature of your initiation rests upon the completion of both heads of the arrow.
Okay.
But
What does any of. What does it. I didn't even ask, what does it mean to be an initiate or to be the sentinel of the celestial expanse, or what does any of it mean?
oh, there is some definition I can give you if you'd like, but that's really no fun. As far as the initiate portion is concerned, you are a novice, an initiate, an underling in the training process, in the quest process, as some of the fancier organizations like to call it. You are being given a task that you have actually laid bare to me, and I have allowed you to see clearly. You have two heads of an arrow that you are seeing regularly in the sky, one heading towards a greater threat, and one heading towards something that tugs deeply at your heartstrings. Both probably very dangerous, both probably going to need all of your friends' help and resources to complete, both mandatory for your initiation into the Order of the Silver Star. If you can complete both of those, I will perform your ceremony, and I will ordain you as an official Paladin of the Silver Star. Now, as far as the Sentinel of the Celestial Expanse, Celestian's very crafty with the way that he lays bare titles upon his paladins. Morlin is my first name. The Everwatcher is not my surname. It is my title granted from Celestian. The Everwatcher, one who is ever watching for who or whom? New initiates. It has been my task for 382 years to seek out new initiates for the Order of the Silver Star, ever watching, ever vigilant. It is my job, my duty, and I live to serve Celestian and his grace. You, Amelia, Sentinel of the Celestial Expanse. If we break it down, it means exactly what it sounds like. You are a sentinel. You are to stand guard of the Celestial Expanse. I hate to break it to you. I know that you've never left this world, but it is beyond this realm. In fact, it is all the realms of dark space. That is the Celestial Expanse, from the bottom of the Nine Hells all the way to the top of Mount Celestia, everything in between, from Pandemonium all the way to... there's so many. Theta Colony 9, if you were to have to travel all the way there. Which I hope you don't. But if you do, you are the one to stand guard for all of it. No pressure. Little bit of pressure. A lot of pressure if you're in dark space, but that's a conversation for another time. Yes, implications as far as this is concerned, you are meant to undertake any requests, both prime material and abroad, even if that means other planes of existence or in between them, within the realms of dark space. You know, as far as your paladin experience, once you've completed what you needed to on the prime material and we perform the initiation ceremony, after that, just let the stars guide you. See where they take you. See what happens. You know that he is good, and he will give you signs. He already has, and he will not close his eyes to you. That's the faith you must have in him, as he's had the faith to bestow upon you many a gift already. Yes?
She nods, just with the very clear, like, I am processing the whole lot of information I was just given. Oh boy, kind of expression. That does spell things out a lot more clearly than they were before. Okay. I'm going to have to think on that one a little bit, just to even fully begin to understand it, I think. It makes what he showed make more sense. So, thank you for that.
Of
And
course.
for just, well, everything.
You're very welcome, Initiate. Roseboom kind of, she looks over at you. I understand that was kind of a lot. Is there anything softer I can answer for you, would do for you?
When Lyra came and purchased supplies, she was hesitant to make the payments. I got the sense that it was a little bit more significant than she let on. Do you know how I could work to pay some of that back to make that burden less for her to carry?
Well, if you're interested, if you're going to be around for a couple of weeks, I could have you put in weeks worth of work and pay you clergy wages, and that could go to it.
I would like to. However, I do believe we're going to be leaving as soon as we're able for this time. If that's something that I can do when we're back in town, though, I would.
Of course. Again, it's a simple wage, but I can offer you, what I can.
That would be helpful. Thank you. That's a simpler thing and a little closer to home than all of dark space.
Moreland smiles. If it makes you feel any better, there are boundaries, eventually.
What's outside of dark space?
Nothing. Existence is finite.
By her expression, that was not a comfort in any way.
He did not intend it to be, and his face is totally stone.
I've always thought of it like the moon, where we live, we die, but we continue in some way.
Oh, we do. Dark space is vast, and the astral sea is dense. Spirits, once we pass on, those especially to devotees, do transcend to the realm of their god, be it for better or worse. Those who bind themselves in dark pacts or twisted magics typically end up in the hells or Hades, and those with nothing simply drift.
Speaking of things that make pacts, have either of you heard of the, and she's going to lower her voice so it does not carry as much as she is able to, and ask, I'm not going to whisper so that you can still hear me. Have either of you heard of the Shatter Mad Blight? Or, I'm not going to say this right. It sounded like she said Sakabosakar, maybe?
Rosebloom kind of looks at you and she thinks for like a good hard minute and she goes, I don't believe I've ever heard of that, no. Moreland kind of, you seem kind of like, it's like, I believe the second phrase you said, it's in Infernal. It sounds familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. I've no real experience with it. Is this blight something we need to be worried about?
We already have been. It's what we're working towards finding and resolving.
Oh,
Sickness.
that's what the stones that caused you to berserk?
Yes. It's more and less simple than we first thought.
Well, that's an appropriate name for something that does that to individuals as pure of heart as you, so good on whoever named it.
Those may not have been particularly soft questions, but they needed to be asked, so thank you.
Yes, of course. And Rosebloom, you're very welcome. Anything else we can do for you, please stop by and just come up and talk to us, unless we're in the middle of service.
We'll do that. I won't worry about trying not to listen with how echoey it may be.
Moreland kind of pipes up a little bit now and he just goes, "It is very echoey," and you hear the echo kind of hit the chamber and you see a couple people look around like, why did he shout?
That gets the closest to a laugh out of her that she's had in a little bit.
He kind of chuckles too, and he kind of fiddles with his holy symbol and he says, "Alright, well, take care, Initiate. I hope the next time we meet, it's during your initiation ceremony."
Perhaps we'll see you when we stop back through heading west. I'm sure we're going to need to resupply again, and Pearl likes the food here.
It's possible. I'm taking a short journey northeast to Port Mira. I have some business there with an associate of mine, but I'll be back as soon as I can afterwards.
Are you heading directly northeast, or are you traveling east first?
Straight northeast. Actually, there'll be a airship coming to pick me up. I didn't want to gloat, but there we are.
There are airships out here.
Well, not here. Port Mira's service is coming to pick me up. But yes, there are all over. And dark space vessels. Spelljammers. The flying ships? You've never seen the flying ships. You are from a very small town, aren't you?
I'm from Holden Glen.
Oh, gods. I am so excited for your journey. There is so much to this world.
Well, that will make things a lot easier than trying to walk through all of dark space, so there's that at least.
That's true.
And I think Amelia is going to, before she gets any more information and, just stops being able to function, she's going to polite goodbye her way out of this scary conversation.
Take care, Initiate. Bye, Amelia.
And she'll just nod, say thank you again, and flee politely.
Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to Group 2. You guys are doing what first?
I suppose, I don't know. Well, I suppose stopping by Lyra's house would probably be, quick-ish?
Sure.
Maybe we can do that.
That's your guys'
And
call.
then, so far as, through the day goes, and shopping will probably be almost a little bit more of a brevity thing, but yeah.
Okay. So you guys pop in You guys pop into Lyra's house. It's, you know, it's Lyra's house, so there's like smoke coming from the chimney. Smells a little bit like black powder. There's the sound of like cranking and wrenching happening.
Lyra would lead us in. Like, she'd get there and, like, kind of look around, and then when nobody else went to the door, she'd be like, oh, yeah, my house.
Yeah, I'm not gonna barge in. It's still probably a little bit jarring to see a half orc in your living room. On your front door, for that matter.
Probably more excited than jarred.
Mm-hmm. That's true, maybe.
All right, so yeah, you enter, and it's kind of like there's a little bit of like mist hanging in the air that smells kind of like black powder. It's a little bit denser from the workshop, but you hear movement in the kitchen.
Papa, are you here?
Yeah, so you pop the door open and you see your dad standing there, and he's holding a like a butcher's knife, point down at an apple, and he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Oh, it was already dead."
Did you lose the
I
sight?
hope
there
so.
again?
Huh? Why'd you talk over each other? What? Can I put the knife down?
Yeah, put it down.
And then he like brings it down, and he goes to stab at the apple as best as he can, misses the fucking apple, and just sticks it in the counter. And he's like, oh boy, if your mother did any of the cooking, she would kill me for that one. Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, well, we were back in town, so we wanted to stop and say hi. Also, I went through my backpack.
Oh, that's good. I'm always telling you to make sure that thing gets cleaned out. You know it'll grow mold if you let it sit too long.
Yeah, that's not why I mean, you're right, but I wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for what?
Well, particularly, I think we both want to say thank you for the amazing. Ah, there he is. For the amazing firearm that you had made. It is truly a work of art, sir. I have to say. And Dentro will pull it from his holster, and like as he's talking, just kind of like observing it, was like this thing is simply amazing, sir. I have to say.
He switches to Gnomish and he looks straight at Lyra. You gave it to the half-orc? I meant it for the dwarf.
Should just shrug and smile.
She kind of, you see him kind of smirk, and then he like glances over at Payne on the couch, and he kind of like looks over at him, looks up at Dench, and he just goes, switches back to common. I'm glad you like it. How does it fire?
Oh well, to be quite honest, I have not yet had the opportunity to test it out, but.
Oh, you haven't had to fire it. Good, excellent.
Not yet. I mean, I can already tell. I've been practicing with this thing a little bit, and I can tell it's balanced beautifully, and I think it'll be fantastic.
Did you he kind of like reaches over like really nonchalantly and unprofessionally and just kind of like grabs the barrel, points it down. Did you see the specialty ramrod I built on here with the 2 prongs so you can load both at once?
I did. That was quite ingenious, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Shot 1, shot 2. You know what they say, gotta double tap.
They do say that, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I guess I have another follow-up question. Where does one procure more ammunition around these parts? I mean, do I...
Well...
there's a little black powder that I need to track down,
Yeah, it's kind of difficult. I'm really the only one who does any sort of big work as far as this is concerned here in town. If you ever find yourself in Cogbach, there is a place there called Tools of the Trade, and then there's another place called the Smoke and Smith Goods. Both of them have some black powder works.
So Tools of the Trade, and what was the second one?
The Smoke and Smith Goods. And if you're really strapped and you want to try, you could go to... There is a tinkering guild hall there. You could try them. But there's a lot of black powder in that place. Population of the whole town's about 200 at any given time. But there's so much black powder they can send half of that mountain into dark space.
Good to know. Okay, so yeah, no playing with fire near there. No playing with
Yeah.
matches. Got it.
Yeah, no flames allowed. We're gonna be heading out, going west or going east.
Again?
next. East.
How many of
yeah.
these things... How many of this stuff are you having to do?
Supposedly this is the last one.
Hopefully this is the last one. Yeah.
I hope so. Every time you leave, I just become an old worried wart.
Well, I guess
Honestly,
I'm
with
in
well, with
trouble.
Lyra, you have kind of nothing to be concerned about. She takes care of herself very well.
Her cheeks would turn a little pink, her ears would turn red.
She's very smart, too. I taught her a phrase when she was just a little girl. He switches to Gnomish and he says, "When in doubt, get the fuck out. Just run and leave him behind, right, Lily?"
That's right. You should say that in common.
He switches over to Common. And, that's that.
It is a very
Whatever
good
that
phrase.
was- Whatever that was, it sounds adorable.
Thank you. Okay, well, when are you leaving? Like, today?
I think tomorrow morning is the plan. So we'll be around for today, but we're going to make sure we're all ready and we have what we need and probably get some armor for Dench and...
Oh, okay. All right, well, if you need anything from me, I'll be here murdering apples in the kitchen or blowing things up over there. Oh, shit, the smoke's getting darker. I probably need to go take care of that.
Yeah. Do you know what time Mom will be home today?
Nah, no idea. I think that she had, oh. I don't even know if she's in town. I can try to send her a message later.
Okay.
The stone's recharging because I only got to talk to her once in the last couple of days.
Okay. Yeah, I know she's busy.
She sends her love, though. She says good luck out there.
Thank you. Yeah, maybe hopefully we could catch her before we leave, but if not, maybe next time.
Do we have to?
Canis.
He kind of, awkwardly looks at Dench and Payne blocking his only, route. He said, "I don't mean
Oh, sorry,
to..."
sir. Sorry.
Okay, just let me scooch right past you over here. And he walks past and he kind of baps Canis on the head.
All right. Where should we go next, Dench? Payne, I know you talked about research too. We can do that once we're...
Well, if we want to maybe start at a point, we can try and figure out how far we're going and then how much feed we need for Pearl. Just gonna get everything there and then move on.
Did you need something? Did you want to say something to Pop there, Payne? Sorry. You had a look on your face as he was leaving.
I'm afraid he's going to blow up his shop. I imagine it can wait until we have a little more time. But one thing, I have this gold and the amethyst for you, Lyra. I need to give that to you, and I thought your home would probably be a place that you would want that much money sitting around.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let me see. Do we have somewhere that, somewhere I could put money and a note or something? Like, do we have, like, a box where we keep money or
What I
chest or-
would say, like, you guys have, like, the place you would keep the family treasury and the family ledger, but you would not ever have been given access to that.
Why don't we,
Probably just leave it in the kitchen, to be honest.
I mean,
yeah,
you
we
have a
can.
room.
That's what I was gonna say. If not in the kitchen, then in my room.
Kind of put it under your bed, or even put it to sleep in your big cushy bed. I want to keep it safe.
If we put it under the bed, we might never find it. So,
Or we can probably just give it to your dad and he can put it in the treasury.
he said the smoke was getting dark. You know we're not supposed to bother him when the smoke starts to get dark.
That is true.
Whatever Pain gives Lyra, she'll put that in her room.
The 100 gold and 6 amethyst shards from the cave.
Okay.
Pain, that is your personal 100 gold?
Yes.
Okay, understood.
I'm
Oh,
probably
and
gonna
that room.
create- Oh, go ahead.
And that reminds me, I sent you a note, Kevin, about that 100 gold that was in the party loot before. Turns out it actually was part of the fish Sahuagin or Sahuagin loot.
Well, hot damn it was. I can't believe I gave you guys 100 gold pieces even for that, and then offered you another 100 as fucking loot. That's stupid. Okay, well you can change that to 200 then. If you guys were gonna do it in the party loot, let me ask you that before that gets changed. Are you guys gonna split it 20 amongst each of you, or was it gonna go into like a?
No, I think we're gonna put it in the party loot.
Yeah.
Okay, party loot air quotes. Go ahead and add another 100 to that then, so you should be at 2 and then whatever. Got it. Thank you, Kevin.
Yep.
You know what's funny about that? So that was in the same exact document that the other information was, but that was combat. That was like treasure from a combat, whereas the treasure for the quest was at the top. So I never even fucking scrolled down to look and see if it would have come from there. Stupid me. Okay, no.
A lot of plates you're trying to spin here, man.
There is a lot. Okay, so we got 200 gold in there now. That is good. Okay, so there is 100 gold under Lyra's bed with a stash of amethyst shards. Got
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So you guys stuffed that money. Where exactly are you going now?
Well, I think my next stop would probably be in Amara. See if we can get me some breastplate and maybe restock some of my arrows. And I'm sure at some point, but we'll need to do some maths so far as how much resources we'll actually need. But at some point, we'll probably have to come back out to make sure we get all the supplies and everything. But for now, yeah, just the armor for me.
Anybody else want to chime in on that?
Did you want to get more ammo too?
Oh
yeah, I mean if it's sold here, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
the dad just told you that there was nothing.
It's at the
I mean, you might be able to. I'm not going to stop you guys from asking around.
I mean, I'll ask. I'd be surprised if there were any here, but yeah, I'll ask. It's unfortunately it's kind of a newer technology and a little bit more rare in these parts.
Well, we'll definitely keep an eye out for it. And then, Payne, we had talked about doing research at one point. We could pop over there to see if we can't find out more about where we're headed after.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Were you researching the ruins, or were you researching Cogbach?
I think there were a few things. Now we have a name for this. Well, potentially. But it would be Cogbach, the ruins, and this thing.
Yeah, the
This
plague.
plague.
Yeah.
And I've been west, but I have never been east. I probably won't be near as much help this time.
Well, I'm from that direction, the east, so at least know of a few locations where we can stop, and I wouldn't say the friendliest places, but at least I know my mother lives in one of the places on the way. Is all what I'm saying.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
As a DM note, I sent you a message about where Amelia is going to go during
Understood.
some of this.
Got it. Okay.
So, yeah, I suppose if you two want to start on your research, and I don't know how Canis feels about research. I've seen you roll your eyes whenever it came to reading.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave them to it. I'll come with you.
Yeah. All right.
I don't even think he realizes he does it anymore.
Yeah.
I do not.
It's pretty exaggerated, so I'm kind of surprised you don't.
It's
Maybe
just
we can
becoming
find you some
normal.
dog armor.
That would be good, actually.
Okay.
Doubt it, but why not?
All right. So where exactly are the two groups going then? Dench and Canis are going to.
Whatever the armorer would be.
I would suggest shore sight arms if you need somewhere to start.
Shore sight arms. Where is that? Let's see.
Bottom left.
Southwest.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah,
shore
that
sight
sounds good.
arms. All right, we'll start with you guys going there, and then the other two. Where are you going? Are you going to Willow Hollow Histories or the Scribery or where?
Yeah, I was.
Or a temple or what are you doing?
You're just talking about the college, right? Payne, wasn't that what you're thinking?
Oh, you're going to college.
What?
Yeah.
Payne would be interested in, like, well, wherever Lyra would want to go to research that sort of thing. So probably the library. He would be interested in the library so that he understands how everybody on the surface does their library things, and he'll kind of, like, he let Amelia talk to him about the stars, let Lyra talk to him about library research stuff.
Okay.
All right. So, with that being said, we'll jump back to you two in just a moment. Dench and Canis, you head southwest. Not a whole lot of exciting things along the way, just people kind of milling about. But you arrive at the outskirts of the Shoreside Arms. From the chimney, you can see that there's a pretty big smokestack, and black smoke is kind of billowing out of it. As you guys open the door, there are two men immediately inside wearing, they're working on anvils and actively pounding. There's a couple of people up here looking at tools. And then you see a man turn around at the sound of the door and kind of walk halfway across the room. He's about 5'10", about 185 pounds, which is a little bit heavy for a dude his size, but you can tell that a lot of it is neck, chest, and arms, all muscle. He's a middle-aged half-elven man who is wearing a blacksmith's apron and some dirty clothes underneath. He's got kind of a widow's peak beginning, going back, and his hair is black, and he's got pretty tanned skin. I will show you Mr. Thompson. So, he kind of walks across the room, kind of eyeing you guys up and down, and he stops and he says, "There's something I can help you with?"
Yes, sir. Afternoon. My name is Dench, and this is my friend Canis here. Yeah, we're looking for some armor upgrades and possibly some resupply and ammunition and such.
All right. I'll see what I can do for you. My name's Mr. Thompson, and I run Shoreside Arms for the time being, anyways. What are you looking for exactly? I don't know if I got anything for him. Kind of looks down at Canis.
Oh,
I
well.
didn't expect you would.
No. And he kind of stops for a second.
There it is. There's a double take.
Like, he takes, like, he's like, wait a minute now.
Yeah. He talks. He's our talking jackal friend. Yeah.
All right. He kind of looks up at you. You a wizard? And he points at Dench.
Oh, no, sir. No, absolutely not. No.
How'd you get yourself a talking dog?
I'm
trained
a
him to talk.
friend's familiar. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that one.
No. He belongs to a wizard friend. Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry, not belongs to a wizard friend. He's a friend of a
I'm
wizard
a
friend.
friend of a wizard. Right. All right.
Sorry,
Well,
Canis. I didn't mean to be rude and say you were owned by anybody.
It's fine. I would have accepted it either way, to be honest.
wow, you are very well spoken for a little dog.
Isn't it?
Pretty impressive. All right. So,
Yeah.
apologies. Back to business now. You see, at this point,
Yes.
a couple of the other people, like the clanking, has stopped on the anvils as they all watch this talking dog for a minute. Like, clearly, Canis would never have any reason to be in the fucking armory.
What? I mean, I guess first off, yeah, I'm looking for some a breastplate for myself.
Breastplate.
And I suppose like I know I can't imagine you would have any armor for my friend here, but saying I would like to research this, would there be like a leatherer somewhere who would maybe know how to do that?
No, I mean,
I've seen war dogs and such, so
yeah, we don't really, we ain't got things like that round here. We got falcons. I think there's a falconry up in the Emerald Tower. Leather workers, we got a leather worker who works here. He's off today, but we might be able to stitch something together for you. Awfully small, though. It's going to have to be
I'm sure,
triple boiled
I'm sure
and
it's
shaved.
custom. Yeah, I'm sure it's a custom piece, and I'm not sure we have quite the time to wait for something like that. But just, I guess, to put it in your bonnet, so to speak.
Yeah, you see he's been kind of like lifting up scraps of armor, like kind of moving and shifting shit around, and then he like looks up on the wall and he goes, "Oh, I got a breastplate right here." Kind of looks at you. Boy, you are thick.
A little barrel chested, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean that offensively. He kind of like, he
Oh,
flexes a little bit. He's like, I mean,
Oh,
but he takes it off the wall. He kind of turns around and brings it over. He goes, this is the newest piece we got. He kind of holds it up, shows it to you. It's been well oiled, well maintained, brand new rivets around the leather strappings that go around your side. Boy, let me see here. Boy, I haven't sold one of these in a long time. So many folks like that chainmail. I tell you what, I could probably do this for, I would typically sell it for 400 gold, but I'll do it for you because you came in with a talking dog. I'll do it for 375.
375. Yeah, I believe I could do that. It'll dip into our party's treasury a bit. I'm sorry. Also, I do apologize. I have literally a shit ton of copper.
Okay.
Does that bother you at all?
Hey, if you want to pay me in copper, money's money. I'll sell it to, I got a contact out in the Feywild. They use it to fight the mad pixies with. Fairies don't like copper very much, so useful for them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That is very interesting.
That's
Did
very-
you just say that is very interesting? I'll tell you what.
Very.
Oh, you said very? Never mind. I was going to give you another 25 gold discount, but since he corrected himself,
Well, I thought I heard fairy.
I heard fairy too. But these old ears, he kind of like...
Pretty sure you said fairy.
Sure,
Right.
I guess I said very.
Nah, now he's being sweet about it.
Yeah, right. Well, let's see. Oh, I would hate to make this decision without the rest of the party. This is a big chunk of change.
Well, I mean, is there anything... I could do you up with a suit of scale mail, or I got a chain shirt. A couple of chain shirts lying around here somewhere. I got a shield if you want it. I don't know what you...
Oh, no. Can't do, no, I can't do shit. I need both my hands. See, I'm a range kind of guy.
All right. I got a suit of ring mail. You interested in ring mail? It's loud as shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
It's pretty heavy, but it'll protect you.
Is chain shirt medium? I can't remember.
It is. Yep.
Oh, maybe a chain shirt might be good. I mean, it might look nice under my vest, I think, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I'll tell you what, here, let me, I got a couple small ones back here, little skinny bastards running around in the Mistress Rosanna's retinue. Don't tell her I said that. He reaches up onto the wall, kind of unhooks a chain shirt. Yep, I think that's probably the one. Brings it back over to you. I'll do this one for 50 gold flat. It'll save you some cash.
Oh, well, hell. Yeah, I think that'll do just fine.
You, looking to sell that hide you're wearing?
Oh, no. This is part of my fashion statement, I would say, at this point. I think it looks kind of nice.
All right. Well, oh, no, I think it looks nice. That's why I was asking out of taking it off your hands and repurposed it.
Well, I do have maybe a few things to trade as well. Let's see. Would you be interested in this trident, maybe?
Is it one of the fisherman tridents?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
kind
all
of
rusty and
yeah,
fucked
you
up
pull
looking.
it up and he's like, "What the fuck is that? Is somebody using that to spearfish?"
Well, it came from some fishmen way out east. Way out west. So I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up looking, but it's an interesting story at least.
You know what?
True, I guess it's more for like fish spearing than it is for spear fishing.
You only got one of them.
Yeah, correct. Only one.
Let me see it. He kind of takes it, looks it over. That's pretty fucking interesting.
It is.
He kind of like looks up at his walls. I'll take it off your hand. I'll tell you what. Give me 1 second now. I want to just put it on my wall because it looks cool as hell. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a 5 gold discount on that chain shirt if you want to give this to me. I'm just gonna mount it. Ain't nobody gonna use it, and I ain't gonna sell it. But it's pretty cool, and ain't nobody in this town got one of these.
Yeah, it was one of the last ditch effort weapons in case all else failed for me personally. Okay, great, perfect. Okay, so how about this is probably a long shot, but do you sell any kind of firearm ammunition?
You know, you are the second person in 3 weeks to come through here and ask me about that.
I'm pretty sure I know the first one. Yeah.
Last fella was a little dwarf. He was.
I did not know that guy.
Oh,
Okay, never mind. That surprises me actually. I assumed it was a little halfling man or a little not halfling.
No.
Sorry, gnomish man. Yeah.
Oh, no. You talking about that fella? Well, I forgot his name. Yeah, he comes sniffing around once in a while looking for black powder.
Yeah, Finnick. Yeah.
Yeah. The one who took his wife's last name. No. This fella, he's a real stocky, barrel-chested, big, thick dwarf.
3 C's.
Dark black hair, full chainmail armor. I mean, all the way down to his boots. Carried a big ass hammer. He came in. He had a small, little snub nose. He was looking to get ammunition for, and unfortunately, I ain't got nothing like that around here. Anyways, yeah, no, I don't have anything.
Yeah. No worries. I figured it might have been a little bit of a long shot, but
yeah, I will tell you this though. If you are looking for black powder, anything, my suggestion closest to Willahalla is either going to be up in Mogsock, where you might find some people with just explosive devices, or you head down to Cogbach. They got a whole tinkering guild down there, and they mine whatever I forgot the minerals they use, but they mine it straight out of the mountain.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I've already heard Cogbox, so that's good to know. They're getting good. They're gonna get good business from both of y'all. Great. Okay. Well then, what about arrows? And
You looking for arrows?
yeah, yes.
Well, you found yourself in the capital city of the elves here on Trinity. So, how many arrows do you need?
I knew that's not hard to find. Yeah. Well, I suppose. I mean, this last quiver lasted me quite a long time, so maybe just another quiver of 20 arrows.
Another quiver? Okay. Let's see here. Alright, I bet we could probably do that for, I just do it for 5 silver. 5 silver for the whole quiver.
Fantastic.
All right, you got anything else to trade, or you want your totals?
I don't know. Cadence, you got anything on you?
Joke.
Now, you pull something out of a rabbit's hat, or your own hat, or your hair, I'll be really surprised. Hair, rabbit. All right, I had to. He takes the trident.
I see what you did there, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So it'll be 40, excuse me, it'll be, 45 gold and 5 silver pieces, and you pay me however you want to pay me, and you want to count out that copper, just, he points back towards the furnace, just, put it next to that furnace. I'm gonna melt it down and make it into arrowheads so they can fight them angry pixies in the Feywild.
How much is, what is that, like 4?
What's that? Oh, are you looking for in copper?
Yeah, what's 50 in copper? Is that 500? Or is that 5,000?
So 50 would be 500.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
we
10 to
got
1
of
in
that.
each bracket.
Yeah, I suppose I'll just pay it in copper. If you can make better use of it in other ways, that'll be perfect then.
All right. Yeah, so you're going to give him 450.
Yeah, 450 copper. Oh,
Okay. Well,
wait, it was 45 gold and 5 silver, you said?
yeah, so then you would need another 50. Right? Am I
Okay,
wrong?
so 500. Yeah, that sounds right. 500
Hang on, I
gold.
feel like I'm
Or
doing my math way the fuck off here. Because it's 100 copper to a gold, so you need 450. No, you need 455.
Okay.
Right? Hang on.
I assume it was 10 silver.
It is. It's 10 copper to a silver, so that means it would be
100.
100 to a gold. So
it'd be
45.
5,000.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So so it's gonna be 100. Excuse me, 100 copper per gold. So if you need 50 gold, then you need 5,000.
Right, so it's 1,000 to 1.
1,000 to.
So 4,550 copper is what you would need.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give. I'm sorry, you said 4,000.
550 copper if you wanted to do it.
Yeah, so I'll give 3,000 copper.
Okay. Holy shit. He's like,
Well,
oh.
3,005 copper.
Okay, 3,005 copper. So then you owe him 15 gold. In whatever denomination.
Okay, and then I'll just give the 15 gold from my own personal.
Got it. Okay. Alright, so go ahead and just remove that 3,005 copper and then the 15 gold from your inventory, and you receive a chain shirt and a quiver of 20 arrows.
And one fewer gnarly ass trident.
And he hangs it right on the wall, and it's about as gnarly as it looked in your cart. And then on your person. Alright, well, wow, that is a shitload of copper. Boy, I am gonna make a whole kingdom of
wasn't
pixies
joking,
real
sir.
pissed.
I wasn't joking, sir. That was stupid amounts of copper. Yeah.
Hey, on a serious note, he kind of gets quiet and leans down towards you. If you come across copper in that amount again in the future, I would happily take it. I'm not kidding, by the way. I am fueling an army right now on another plane of existence, and that will help them out greatly.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. What was his name again, sir?
Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson. Thank you.
Hey,
Yes?
I'm very curious about this war between in the Fey realm. If I come
Alright.
back every now and then, would you tell me about it?
Sure. I'll tell you what I know anyways. I'm just an arms dealer, but yeah, I've got little bits and pieces of knowledge.
seem like you collect stories. He points his nose towards the stuff on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, the Trident, I ain't really got a story, but you know what's gonna be in that story? The day that this guy and his talking dog walked in and sold me a bunch of munitions for a war on another plane of existence. That's a hell of a story. We have created a story here today, my friends.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's true.
Pop by, little doggy. What's your name?
Canis.
And your master's gonna be okay if you stop by here and hear my stories?
Probably.
Okay, look, I don't want to be on the bad side of no wizard.
She's nice enough. You won't be a problem.
Okay. Alright, just making sure. Yeah, and I'll reach out to my leather worker too and see if we can do something about getting you fitted with something that will, keep you safe and sound.
That'd be very appreciated. Thank you, sir.
Alright, well, you all take care now. Come back and see me.
All right, you have a great day.
Alright. So, that was your guys' only stop, right? It was just armor? Or did you have
Yeah,
one more?
well, eventually we're gonna need to actually like do some, like I said, do some math about like how much time and resources we're gonna need getting out to Cogbox. So
Got it.
it'll
got it.
probably just be a sake of brevity, just tallying up supplies.
Yeah, and what I'll let you guys do, I'll let you guys have that discussion in person, and then we can sake of brevity the supplies, like the base supplies that would be for that. Because, there's just so much. I know I don't want to nickel and dime every scenario, but... Okay. Lyra and Payne, where were you going again?
We're gonna go to. I feel like Lyra would start at the college or to the library.
The library or the college?
Where do you want to go, Payne?
They're
Do
two
we wanna
totally
see
different
the
places.
library?
I think we'd get the best information from the library,
We
right?
can do the library, sure. So we're gonna go to the library.
So you're going to Willow Hollow Histories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You arrive at Willow Hollow Histories.
Okay, Payne. So we're gonna go in here and pay our little fee, and then we will be able to read.
You have to pay to use the library?
Yeah. You don't?
Well, no.
No. Well, welcome to the Willow Hollow Library.
From across the room, you hear, "No, that works the opposite way. Welcome to Willow Hollow Histories."
It's amazing. And Payne is dumbfounded by the amount of books and things and stuff in the library.
There's a lot. There is like floor to ceiling, which the ceiling is very high, and although it's a very small building, like the racks that are here are just up and up and up and up and up and up. Master Lurahold sees you come in and he, "Welcome back, Mistress Lyra, and your friend?"
Yes, this is Payne Stoneback. She'll like.
Payne Stoneback.
Nice to meet you.
And you as well. I'm Master Lurahold, the purveyor of the books here in Willow Hollow Histories. Lyra, are you and your friend simply looking for permission to research, or are you looking for something in particular?
Permission to research. I think we have a broad variety of things we want to look at.
Understood. We're open until midnight. That will be 5 silver for you as a guild member, and for your friend 1 gold piece, please.
And she'll put a gold and 5 silver down.
Okay. Make sure you mark that off.
Payne's jaw might drop a little bit at that, like, what? Oh, okay. Okay. I get
He-
it. This
yeah.
this is fancy.
He scoops the money up and he says, "The histories are at your disposal. Good luck in your research endeavors. Let me know if you need anything."
I absolutely will. Thank you.
And he kind of sits down. He did way less of a moan than I made that sound like. I apologize.
No, I loved it.
Yeah. That was the sound of an old man sitting down. He's just like, "Oh, that was so nice. My bones." Okay, what are you two looking for?
Sorry, I was fighting with my gold inventory.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. It's because I only had 2 silver. I was trying to take 5 out. I was like, no, you can't do that. So I did break it down.
It was right. You can't do that.
You can't. So I think, Pain, I don't know. Initially, I was thinking we should look up the Blight. But, I mean, it seems like Kiana knows a lot about that already. It might be a waste of time. Maybe we can try to add it in at the end.
Yeah, she does seem to have most of the research, or in the middle of her own research about it. And it seems like that's a newer thing right now.
Yeah.
I was going to say looking into the ruins of Ankmir, because I don't really know anything about it. Just so we knew what we were getting ourselves into, but now we're headed east, so...
Well, why don't we start out with looking at like what to expect to the east, and then if it's not too crazy late, we could still look at the ruins. You know me, I'm not going to turn down information.
And Payne will just follow Lyra's lead, like as she's like, "Here, check out this book." That's what he's gonna do, you know.
Okay.
Especially because there's like so much more than what he's used to, and obviously library systems are going to be different. So.
Okay, so what is your first topic of research?
So I think since it was helpful for us last time, I want to look at to see what I can find like about the area. I guess like between Cogbach and Brackenford. What creatures live there? What dangers might be there? Kind of what we can expect to encounter if there's anything that stands out historically or anything like that.
Okay, both of you can make an investigation check as you are doing investigatory work, or one of you can do it with advantage.
I'm really good at that.
I will let her do it with advantage.
Okay, so Payne is keeping an eye out for titles that may have to do with the things you are looking about. Go ahead and roll your advantage check, please. Or you're not your advantage check, your investigation check with advantage.
I got a 21.
21. Okay, so you find... Give me one moment. Okay, so you find a book that details, because like you said in between Cogbach and Brackenford, is that what you said?
Yeah, because that's where she said that we could expect.
Yeah, so what you find is a book called The Brackenwood. And as you open the book and begin to kind of dig through it, and Payne is kind of like looking over your shoulder, and you guys are sitting and reading it, you find inside there that Brackenwood is home to it's home to a few things. First and foremost, it got multiple locations of the Logging and Forestry Replenishment Guild that headquarters in Brackenford. There is also a note in there from the desk of, in quotes, magical creatures and more, end quote, comma, within village of Brackenford. And then it is a list of creatures that apparently live, like notable creatures that live within the Brackenwood. And that is 1, dire creatures of all types. 2, a lone unicorn. 3, displace your beasts, plural. 4, owl bears. 5, a pair of currently breeding boulettes. Circa... One moment. 4252 PFH. No month, but last year.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that you guys went and researched shit that I had information on upsets me.
Okay, so yeah, this is yeah, There's a unicorn. Mm-hmm.
This place sounds rough.
Owl bears. That should be fine. Oh, boulettes. Yeah, no, that's great.
And there are details, by the way, within the same thing, even though it's titled Brackenwood. With the 21, you guys pull out a secondary book that is about Brackenford, and Brackenford is home to the Logging and Forestry Replenishment Guild, one of the major temples of Obid High, and there is, quote, a proficiency in magical creatures and magical creature handling, end quote. Like, that's what they're known for. Which, two intelligent minds would make total sense that they have a huge woodland that they potentially have breeding programs for said magical creatures. Nothing could possibly go wrong if magical angry stones fall from the sky and land in it.
Someone's got to do it, I guess. Okay, so
That was foreboding.
yeah.
That made me very unhappy.
Foreboding or foreshadowing, I guess we will see.
Both, yes.
Okay, so the unicorn sounds nice. Let's just stick with that.
I've heard mixed reviews about unicorns.
Don't do this to me, Payne.
Sometimes they're not so nice.
You're doing it.
Why don't both of you give me history checks?
Okay. I got a 13.
Okay, so Payne, you have definitely heard of boulettes, and you've definitely heard of dire creatures. You have probably also definitely heard about owl bears. You don't know what the fuck a displacer beast is, and your only tales of unicorns are like the La unicorn stories that you would have heard probably in your childhood, or like the horror unicorns, like the black unicorn, you know, the black unicorn with the fire horn, like that shit. Lyra with a 13, you would know what all these are. At least a little bit about them.
So, most of these, and now potentially all of them, thank you very much, are probably going to be a problem. So when we tell everybody about this, we should really just break the news gently.
Gently, right.
Yeah. Okay. What else do we want to research right now?
Yeah, by the way, that took a good 3 hours.
Okay.
So that would put us right at about 4, probably.
Yeah, we started at noon, so we
Noon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because there was a lot of RP within each person's, not separately. This is all happening at the same time, but yeah, we'll say about 5.
Okay.
But Lyra, you would know that like each time you do research, as long as you don't totally fumble and fall on your face, it takes about 3 to 4 hours. It's a lot of books here.
Do you feel like you can study more still?
Oh, I'm all about reading stories and learning that sort of thing.
Okay.
Mostly, I enjoy the stories. History's okay, but I mean, that's a story. It's just usually more boring.
Yeah, stories are great. A lot of this is fact, but if you're enjoying it, I mean, I guess it's stories too, because you didn't grow up with some of this stuff. It's sort of stories.
It's very interesting.
I could tell you a lot of interesting things.
I'm all ears.
Oh boy. So as she's she'll start talking about random stuff. But then, what else do we want to look up though? We want to know that area. I guess let's look at the ruins then.
That's what I was going to suggest too.
Okay.
If we're going to research something, I think researching that would be smart. Payne knows nothing, as far as I know, about it.
No, not even many surfacers do. The person who lives closest to there was Amelia in Holden Glen, and she didn't know what the fuck that place was. Not many good people want to go. Well, Amelia didn't. She was forced to know, so.
Amelia is not a good example of a well-cultured and well-read individual.
To be fair, not many in this party are. Dench is probably like the most cultured.
Saying a lot.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, Lyra never left home, Amelia never left home, Canis is a fucking dog, Payne, I mean, who knows where this guy came from?
Canis has evidently left the plane, we think, so...
Yeah, he definitely disappeared. Okay, for those of you doing the investigatory work, go ahead and give me another investigation check each, or one with advantage.
Me?
Yeah.
I got an 8 that time.
It'll be fine.
18.
Okay, an 18. So you happen to find a historical ledger, essentially, within the tomes that kind of encompasses all of Trinity specifically. It does not touch Trubin and it does not touch the Wildlands. It is about like the major places on Trinity. You thumb through until you get to the ruins of Ankmir, except that in this part of the history book, it is just called Ankmir. The history that you read tells you that it was a thriving port city a couple hundred years ago. That it was known for its like deep sea traversal. They had a group there that would go out and do like deep sea exploration, which was extremely dangerous. And Ankmir was one of the first major cities, like port cities, that actually made contact with cities on Trubinshard, some of the major port cities, aka Port Sindrian, Port Weirlin, and Port Emerson. Then there was a massive civil war that broke out, and that happened a little bit after like the main bulk of their, like good time, happy peace period, like thriving city happened. And what it says is see volume 6. So you go to volume 6, you open it up, and it is now titled The Runes of Ankmir. Population 5,550. Leader Braxel Wisdom. Racial demographic: Tiefling 30%, Orc 20%, Yuan-Ti 20%, Other 30%. And next to that other, there's a parentheses that says slave, ? It is known for a great upcoming leader who did the unthinkable and made a pact with a devil in order to salvage what remained of his people after the city and the region was destroyed by a civil war, comma, Spire of the Pact Makers, comma, slave trade. And that's what you find out.
This place sounds sketchy.
Sounds awful. Why does she want to go there so bad? We're gonna have to free all the slaves. I bet we're gonna have to free all the slaves.
She's the slave
If-
master. She's bringing y'all for fucking market.
I had that thought too, and I didn't say it out loud.
If you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall hard as a paladin.
I don't know how that works. I mean, paladins follow the laws, and if the laws of that land are that they're allowed to have slaves, however terrible that is,
And it's a law. I know. Yeah.
it's the law.
That's what makes me nervous about Amelia once in a while.
Is
Don't
it a
tell her I said that.
paladin's law, or is it the law of the land?
It's the law they believe in. So if they're in a land that isn't the land they're from and their god's law says something other than what that law says, they're going to follow their god's law.
Do you think that would apply to the cave of Sahagwin that we fought? Should we have followed their laws?
Well, if we should have, then I think we'd all be dead. So no,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, that would be my thought too, but I'm just throwing thoughts.
Lyra, make an intelligence check.
Boo.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't want to use my inspiration. I'm going to need it for something else. Okay. Okay, well, I'm just happy we found something on everything. Also, did it have a year for like the Civil War and stuff?
It did not.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we know
But it
that-
happened in the last couple hundred years.
Okay.
And that Lyra kind of says something about the sketchiness of the city to begin with, because if somebody in the center of the continent was not tracking very close by the date histories of things happening somewhere else, it means more than likely people were really trying to stay the fuck away from that place
That's what I was gonna
while
comment
things
on.
were going
Yeah.
on. Yep.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but most everything else we've looked at has had dates, at least years of some kind. This didn't. So that
Yeah.
tells me they didn't want to be seen or known, really. I'd be curious to know more about the Civil War, why it sparked and who started it, and what role Braxel played in that. You know, was he on the good side or the bad side? Probably the bad side, because we have to go there next.
Well, maybe?
I'm feeling very optimistic today. Okay.
Maybe we don't have to go there because we all just looked at the map and that's what was in that direction.
I'm pretty sure whatever the arrow constellation in the sky says to Amelia is where we're going to end up, so I think that's where it was pointing. But at least we have an idea of what we might be walking into.
Agreed. I think we did good here. Now, my stomach tells me
Amelia
it's
walks
getting
in the
rather
door.
late.
Oh, hi, Amelia.
Improv.
Oh, hi. I probably should have realized you'd be here.
Yeah, we just researched something you might be interested in, too.
She seems distracted, but oh, the stuff out east.
The ruins of Ankmir.
You said it better than I could have.
Oh, yeah. Not a particularly happy place.
Yeah, it sounds shady.
Welcome to Willow Hollow Histories.
Hello. I'm not here too late, am I? I wasn't sure how long in the evening
No.
you'd be open.
We stay open until the moon reaches the 12th point in the sky, near the sword and the shield, resting just in between both, Sister of Celestian.
This is Amelia.
Well, Amelia, my name is Master Lurahald. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you're interested in purveying the books here, you are more than welcome to, though it does cost 1 gold for entrance for the day. Although Lyra and Master Payne have already paid their entrance fee if they'd like to do the research for you.
Might be that might be better. She looks a little overwhelmed as she actually takes in the size of the place.
It's okay, it's okay. Take a deep breath, girl. Is there something I can help you with? Are you looking for something in particular?
Yes, but I can. Well, I of course you said it was a gold.
Well, yes, if you're going to do the research, of course. If we want to work around the rules a little bit, as Lyra and Master Payne have already paid, so you could just tag along.
She's gonna pay you anyway.
It is getting late in the evening. At dinner.
Are you hungry, fella?
I think he is. Amelia, what do you need to have researched?
I was hoping to find a book about funerary rites.
About
for death rituals, prayers, things like that for not for non-humanoid races primarily.
Well, which ones? There are about 788 non-humanoid races that I can think of that may use funerary rites. Maybe 789. They keep popping up these days from all across the stars. Is there anything in particular?
I'm not even sure entirely what I'm looking for. I just realized it's not anything I know about when we've been on the road and we've faced those circumstances. I haven't known what to do or say or...
Oh, all right. Yeah, you're one of them goodly priests. Okay. Well, I tell you what. You go ahead and leave a small tithe. He says that word very particularly. On the countertop there. I think I might got something for you. Shed a little bit of wisdom. He kind of reaches up on the shelf. And he digs for a little bit. Pulls a very, very, very small red book. Probably like the size of a palm. Like a prayer book almost. Pulls it off. Alright now. Let me see here. Kind of comes around, sits down, kind of nudges to the 4 red velvet lined seats around. Y'all can have a seat if you'd like to join an old man for a moment or two. Yeah. All right now. Oh, he looks over at Payne. Oh, that's it. Yeah, you said you were hungry. One moment here.
Oh, I'll be fine.
He pulls a
until
small
after
bowl
this.
out that's got clearly nothing but kale in it with maybe a light vinaigrette dressing and pushes it over to you. If you parched, you can, I don't know, do something with that. My wife made it for me. He starts to flip through the pages.
Oh, that's very kind of you. And Payne will take like a leaf and like try it.
Well, I'll let you be the judge here, friend. I don't know if you've ever had kale,
It's
but it's
kale?
fucking terrible. It's like the darkest, leafiest spinach, but it's wiry at the same time.
Yeah, it's
like
like-
bristles on it.
Yeah, like celery and spinach had a baby.
So Payne's going to chew it down and not have any more politely.
All right, yeah. That's typically my response, too. I think I found something here for you, ma'am. And he kind of...
Sorry, I had wanted to interrupt, but
Yeah,
when
go
he
ahead.
does come back, there are going to be 3 shining gold coins on the table.
Oh, wow.
3 gold.
Wow. Well, I think you bought yourself 3 days investigatory service here at Willahalla Histories. Thank you so much for your tithe. That is very sweet of you, my dear. And he kind of pushes the book towards you, and he's got his finger pointing down at a sentence that looks like it was highlighted in some sort of like red wax, and then the wax was scraped off but left the stain behind on the page. I think this has everything you need to know in it.
Thank you. I
Thank you very
know
much.
Lyra and, well, now Payne's work here has been invaluable. Places like this, they're incredible.
Thank you. It's a whole many generations of lifetimes spent building these histories here. So he kind of looks at you, kind of waiting for you to read what he pointed at.
She's going to look down and hope that she can read this.
Yeah. It's
but
in
I'm gonna
it's in common, but it looks like it's in old common. So we're talking like the time right around the time of the second happening, so a couple thousand years ago. The way that the script is written has, like, the font has changed, and you're like, whoa, this is an old fucking text. However, the message and what you asked him for and what he points out is so ridiculously simple, it's almost laughable. All it says, highlighted, is in reference to those who may not seem like us, comma, when in doubt, burn them out. And he kind of looks at you expectingly.
So Amelia is like, she's fully like finger tracing the words, like kind of, it's not a quick read for her at all. Oh, well, that would be simpler. Okay.
Cremation, my dear. Crematorium. Pyre. All of the savage races, the species beyond our own intellect, many of them simply burn their dead. We are the only ones, and he gestures, elf, dwarf, gnome. We are the only ones who regularly bury our dead. When in doubt, burn them out.
Do you know why they burn them?
They are unfortunately underprivileged in compared to those races and species who are born of typically higher intellect. It's a matter of privilege. If you only take up this much space on a continent or world that is this big, you cannot bury what you do not have room for.
Fire is a powerful, cleansing, purifying force.
It is true. It is true.
And we have plenty of it, so that helps too, Amelia.
Having to turn to fire not because it's cleansing, but because you feel like you don't have enough space to exist, even in death, that's kind of awful.
Well, maybe the opposite is true of that. They still exist once they've been burnt. Those ashes, with a lot of those species and a lot of those races, get turned into inks, which then become tattoos on the young that come after them.
Oh, that's interesting.
What would some races do when all they have to do with their dead is dig a hole in stone? I mean, there's crypts and things carved into stones, but if you don't have the tools and abilities to make a hole in stone, what do you do with your dead? Do you burn them and send them to their gods. And Morden will receive us, and one day perhaps we'll walk this land again.
I believe that is true, actually. There are even rumors and whispers in the wind, as there have been for millennia, of the great Corellian Lytherian walking amongst the elves at one point in the future, maybe the not-so-distant future, watching the great pyres of corpses of his soldiers stacked high. Something to cleanse, something to make space. As far as the savage races are concerned, the same way that those who build mausoleums and honor their dead by visiting them. Imagine how powerful it is to fight alongside an old man tattooed with the ashes of his ancestors, as a young man looking up to him, visiting his dead through a warrior next to him.
I have a question.
I hopefully have an answer.
Do you know if unicorns are evil?
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Amelia,
sorry. I got distracted.
he kind of glances at you. By the way, no, they are the exact opposite. They are as pious, if not more pious, than she is in her faith. And he points
I
directly
knew
at
it.
Amelia.
See, Payne, I knew it. I am so excited.
I wouldn't
Pain
get too
will-
excited. They are not of this world.
I know.
Oh,
Payne would kind of whisper across the table, like hand towards Amelia, which makes them dangerous.
Wait, And Amelia just kind of like, what? Where did that
No,
unicorn?
you have provided an excellent tithe. Please, let's finish your inquiry before we go on to other topics. You only paid 5 silver. He looks at Lyra.
Even those of the savage races that follow, well, say the shark goddess, for example,
Sekala.
a goddess of the water and depth, fire, still?
No. There you probably would turn to burial at sea. It's more of a common sense issue versus, you know. Maybe you don't know. Maybe that's why you're asking.
I'm realizing there's quite a lot that I don't know, but I probably should.
There are many gods within the greater pantheon of our existence. If you're truly interested in learning about their funerary rites, it is possible I could give you places you can study all of that. If that's the very specific focus you're looking for.
I'm afraid I know we don't have the time that the pursuit of such knowledge would require, but I'm trying to get enough for on the road.
Right.
Do you have perhaps something that that identifies the holy symbols of some of the gods of these, well, savage races? Is there a better term we can use?
No. They are what they are, and we are what we are. Civilized, savage. It is what it is, in the grand scheme. Lesser... I don't want to say lesser privileged. We're all privileged just the same, even within their own society. There are those born among the nobility and those born among the serfs. As far as you said holy symbols, you're looking for a book of holy symbols.
We've run into, on a couple of occasions, some religious iconography that I would have felt a little better had I recognized it. Payne, thankfully, helped there. He's read quite a bit.
I think I have a book here. that may be able to help you out. This is a book of lesser deities and demigods. Those are typically who the more savage species follow. There are some mages in here as well, but it typically focuses on the lessers and the demigods. I'll tell you what. This has been very interesting. Very interesting indeed. He puts it on the table and he just slides it towards Amelia. Take that. Do good with it. Bring it back when you're done, so that I may give it to the next person who seeks out this information. But keep it for as long as you'd like.
Are you sure? That would... Thank you. I'm gonna make sure I can also read this script.
Yeah, it is
If I
all
can?
it is in common.
Okay.
And again, it is in like old common. It's like 1 to 2,000 years ago.
Perfect. Okay.
However, there is a lot of iconography because it is
Yay,
very
pictures.
particularly talking about pictures, and I will send you that later.
I'm
There's a
gonna
lot of
flip
shit.
through and see if my now favorite shark deity is in there.
Yeah, give me one sec.
I never trust myself to correctly remember the orders of the S's and the K's and the L's and that, so shark goddess. And that's, I don't need the information on it, that's just looking to see if it would even be in there.
Yep. So you flip open, so it looks like it is in alphabetical order, which will not do you any good unless you know the god you're looking for. Obviously, if you're just looking at pictures and you're doing a picture book, that is also super useful. But yeah, as you flip it open, you're like going through, and it's like some really obscure gods in there. You're like, you hit the M's, and you're like Maglubiet, and you're like, whoa, okay, there's Gabo evils. And then you hit the S's, you go about 3 pages deep, and boom, there's Sekala. And sure as shit, there is a large clamshell that is closed, upright, and facing like the audience, you, but there are small like seaweed vines around it, which you did not see with the other one, but it doesn't mean that it's not a variation of it. But yes, it is in there. And there are details.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What am I putting this in my inventory as, and what is the weight?
Okay, so it is a 1 pound book, and you can enter it as, give me one moment, The Tome of Deities and Demigods. Right. So, anything else that I may be able to assist you with? The lot of you?
I can't think of anything else right now, and I think we have to feed the dwarf. But I really do appreciate all of your help.
I fed the dwarf already. He's sated. He finished.
Right.
I've eaten plenty, thank you.
You're welcome. And so that's all then?
She'll look around at the other two just to make sure.
A quick thought. Do you suppose the savage races have souls that can be resurrected like we do?
Oh, absolutely. All living things have souls that can be resurrected as we do.
And he'll leave it at that.
Okay, then.
I know we don't have time for this right now, but in probably a couple of weeks, we're likely to be passing back through here. For future reference, do you have many books about dark space or things places and things that reside within it?
Oh,
The celestial expanse.
we've some information about dark space. I would try, if I were you, truly looking for information that specializes there. You need to head far east, southeast, to the village of Zhilb. Zhizlb. There, they have a Dark Space Explorers Library, which focuses exclusively on dark space travel, the celestial expanse, etc., etc. They also have an embassy of celestial origin, an embassy.
Embassies? Oh,
Embassy. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they have the Celestial Embassy, the Elemental Embassy, and they also have a Thrycreen Embassy. And the main city hub there is called the Astral Assembly, which is a conglomeration of all things dark space. It's a hole in the wall as far as the greater prime material is concerned, but those who reside there are almost guaranteed to be from not here.
I will remember that. How far
too.
east is very far east?
A couple of weeks travel east, I would assume, depending on how you're traveling. It's in Zhilb. Don't know if you have a map.
I'll have to ask Dunch when we get back.
Yes. It's just northwest of Port Aldronis and just southeast of Port Kulgar.
Okay, so Amelia stared at the map enough to track trajectory. I, as Cat, also have the map up at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Can I place that mentally?
You can make a history check. Well, actually, you've looked the map. You know where it is because it's on the map. You said you have the map up?
Yes. Well, Amelia doesn't have a
Oh.
physical map. I have a map in my notes.
You would though, yes, you would know. You and Dench have had to study the trajectory stuff enough to know that you know where it's at.
Just like I've had the towns listing up, and I was so hoping to be able to learn about that population 87 little location in Character Lake. So, yay, thank you. Oh, that's like by the coast far east.
Not as far as Quinar is, but yes, it's northeast of Brackenford, southeast of Port Kulgar, and Port Eldronis sits to the southeast of it. Yes. Lots of extraplanar creatures there. Elementals, celestials, Thrycreen, infernals. But it's a place of peace, not chaos.
That's good to know, too.
Memorable, then. Thank you. I've gotten a lot of very useful information today.
Well, you've asked
to mull
a lot.
over.
You've asked a lot of right questions today, ma'am.
Well, maybe Lyra's rubbing off on me a little bit. And she'll kind of give a half smile to the one who's always preaching books.
Yeah, he kind of chuckles and says, "Let's not get too excited." Is that all then?
I think that's gonna be it.
Very well. Well, I bid you adieu. Thank you for visiting. Mr. Payne, should you want to come back and have a look around, let me know. I'm interested about what you've got hiding under that thick beard of yours. I don't mean your chin, by the way. I mean your mind.
I'll be back. I'll be back for sure. Perhaps I'll bring something more interesting than kale for you.
Oh, wonderful. Like another book for my collection.
Wait, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Maybe we'll find something when we're out.
If you do, he gets like dead fucking serious at this point, and he kind of leans in and says, if you find anything that is historically interesting and is not innately cursed, he glances at Lyra, I may be willing to buy it off your hands if it is a volume that I have not procured in my lifetime.
That sounds good to me. I'd rather have it with you than out there somewhere.
He nods furiously.
Thanks for everything.
You're welcome for everything. Alright. Go ahead, Payne.
I was just gonna say, have a good evening, Master Luerhold.
He nods to you and he says, you as well, Master Stoneback. He hits that K a little bit too hard. A little consonant shit. Okay. Where is everybody reconvening in the Emerald Tower? Like for the, is there anywhere anyone else needs to go, or for the sake of brevity, do we want to bring everybody back?
Yeah, Dench probably, and Canis, I don't know what Canis would have done. Dench would have gone back to the Emerald Tower to kind of clean up and kind of organize his kit.
Okay.
Cadence would have gone back. I'm assuming we're probably going to get there first because of how long they spent at the library.
Oh yeah, because each one of their interactions was multiple hours. You guys would have been there and indulging in the. Actually, you know what? I have the dynamic lighting turned on right now, but honestly, I could probably turn on. Hang on, I could probably turn off. There we go. There you go. You guys can see everything. Yeah, there you go. Well, it's a help because it's bright and you're not. Hey, y'all wanted to play races that had fucking dark vision and nobody's carrying a light source, so you get the gray that you get. But yeah, that's what the maps actually are supposed to look like when they're fully uncovered. So, okay.
Is there meant to be something in the top right or bottom right corners?
Nope.
Where it's just very black? Okay. Wasn't sure if
Oh,
there was
actually,
something we were
well,
missing.
you know what? Hang on. No, I can, give me 1 second. There you go. Just outside.
Okay. Ominous black scares of ominousness.
Yeah.
Anyway, since we'd be back earlier and we'd be waiting, Canis would probably turn to Dench and go, okay, so Amelia went to church. Payne and Lyra went to the library. We'll not be seeing Payne and Lyra for hours.
They're not coming back for a long time, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely not. Now here's the real question. Amelia got money, and she's gone to the church. How much do you want to bet she's either given it all away or lost most of it?
Oh, well, I mean, I would agree with you on that point, so I'm not sure if it would make sense to bet on that, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say at least half of money is gone.
Yeah, I agree with that. Either half or all of it. There's normally no in between. You know, last time we were there, she gave like the whole payment she got.
Well, I mean, she did feel a little bit guilty about, killing the high priestess and all.
Well, she didn't. She got killed by High Priestess, or like I guess Payne more specifically. From what they've said. I think it's more the attacking the High Priestess.
Well, yeah. Well, nah. I don't know. Yeah, well, attacking her and maybe she may or may not have killed her, but yeah. She's alive now, but still, yeah.
Okay. Second
I would
question.
probably do the same thing, yeah.
Second question.
Okay.
What is your intentions with Lyra here? Now, I know you've not known each other long, but
What the fuck just happened?
What?
I
What?
blame Candace. She sent me a Discord message.
I said, "Oh, thank God! I thought you were gonna grill him about Lyra," and then he.
I immediately took the chance.
What,
So, I mean,
what do you
spent-
mean?
You've spent every watch together. Even before we left, you went outside and you told her about the hard times. Yeah, in your old, when you lost your weapon. I don't want to bring it back up. It's not. But the point is, you spend a lot of time together.
I suppose we do. I don't know. She usually asks to go on watch together. I figured she's trying to learn as much from me as she can.
It is possible, but she also has some reliance on you.
Well, I think she's probably surpassed that by now anyway. She's very capable in combat and all.
I think it's more emotional, but we'll see. I am getting angry looks from Candace.
But I mean,
To be honest, I
don't know.
don't-
If there were something between us, what would that mean for you? I mean,
I was about to say, to be honest, that's both not my problem and is. I'm just here to inform you that this is a package. You can't have Lyra without me. Literally and magically.
well, I mean, you are literally tattooed on her hand now.
Exactly.
I'd give you a passive insight check, Dench, but boy, that is not looking good.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, so I guess I've always been curious about you. I'm not sorry to kind of turn this back around on you, but it's especially when it came to Mr. Thomas in there, and he was very surprised to see you and all that. I figured you might have made your rounds around town and all that, but how did you come to be? I mean, like, were you originally a jackal, or were you made by Lyra's grandfather's magic?
Yes, would be the correct answer. I
That was
was a
multiple
jackal.
choice.
I was a jackal originally. And to be honest, most of my memories from before her grandfather, even some during, is a bit fuzzy. Or just completely gone. But I do remember being a jackal, being chased by a giant bird trying to kick me to death. And I was saved by Lyra's grandfather, and then became his familiar later.
And has he done that on other occasions, or are you the only one like you?
I want to say the only success. He is a bit of a strange person. Much like Lyra herself. No offense to her. Lyra and her whole family.
Yeah, her family does seem a little bit eccentric, to say the least.
You haven't met the worst of it. I will never not take a chance to shit on Lyra's mother. That's not gonna happen. But
Terrified
also,
to meet her mother.
you should be. You'd probably be fine, but we have disputes. Her grandfather liked, well, magic, obviously, but he liked experimentation, and especially with summoning imps or spells that would do something similar to that. So he had a knack for that, and that's how, in a way, I became a familiar through like the bond. But he did summon many other things, which I sometimes had to help him get out of his lab.
Yeah, I've heard that about magic. It can tend to backfire on you from time to time. That's why I don't practice.
I find magic, to be honest, dreadfully boring. It's a lot of calculations. Words. You see how Lyra is
Yeah.
whenever she sees a new book.
Well, I mean, she gets excited about it. I mean, it's not a bad thing, right?
No, but it's not my kind of interest.
Well, I mean, like, I assume she'd probably get the same way if, I saw a shiny new. Well, when I saw the gun that her father made, made probably the exact same face that she made when she saw Tensa's floating disc and all.
Yes, almost exactly, actually.
Yeah. So I get it.
Also, she was excited for you when you opened it. She, when she did eventually discover it, she wanted to basically give it to you almost immediately. Her excitement for it was a lot. In fact, I told her to wait a couple of days, and she instead just waited one.
Well, I do say it's probably best that it wasn't given to me before we went into that cave. One thing, I probably wouldn't have accepted it. And two, if I did accept it, firing that thing inside that cave would not have been good for anybody.
Are those things loud? I'm not sure how they work.
Unbelievably loud, yes.
Yeah, and Dench, because you're proficient in firearms now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at the cartridges that get stuffed into that thing, it's gonna make a boom. Each one of those barrels is gonna make a boom like a fucking musket from the 1700s. It's gonna be loud.
Yeah,
Just
and
has to shatter.
it kicks like a mule. It's not a quiet weapon. It's not secret. It's not sneaky at all. Anybody within a 5-mile radius will know what's going on.
Yeah, and it's probably for the best she did discover she had that until way out after.
But it is appreciated. Very much. Thank you for keeping it secret, even though, you saw it from the beginning.
I did. Her dad is dexterous, but not always as sneaky as he likes to be. As her mother would constantly remind him.
Okay. Unless you guys have anything else, which I do not interrupt because this is beautiful.
Probably just wait for the group to come back. Yeah, just eating and chatting.
Okay, so we'll say for the sake of brevity then, the group does come back. And I know this place looks so much more vibrant now that you guys don't have your gray lights, right?
It really does.
I know, it's crazy. That's what
nice.
you all get for having dark. If y'all could have just played fucking normal, non-dark vision having ass races, which is pretty much everything except for humans.
We'll all get reincarnated at some point.
That's true. I'll bring y'all back as dogs. Oh wait, they've got fucking Lucy. I know what you got. Okay.
A whole party full of dogs.
That'd be pretty badass.
Fucking homeward bound.
Oh, that does not end well.
Milo and Oak.
Actually, it does.
Yeah,
It ends pretty well.
It does, but I still cried at the end.
Yeah, I do too.
I
Okay.
would like to not be a part of pretty much any dog movie, please and thank you.
No doubt. Okay, so we'll say, the day goes by. We started out. So we'll say it's 6 p.m. Noon to actually no, it'd be a little bit later than that. So 7, 8, yeah, probably 8.
I was gonna say probably 8 around.
Yeah, we'll say it's 8 p.m. You guys come back from the library. You arrive in Emerald Tower. You can see yourself to where you need to see yourself. And Canis and Dench are hanging out. Food has been brought in. You guys have a table full of elven cheeses. It's a mixture of bries, sharp cheddars, gorgonzolas, things that really make the palate go, why the fuck did you make this? And wine, lots of wine, actually. There's a couple decanters of wine, as well as lots of fresh water, teas. Lots of bread, loaves of butter, loaves of bread, and fresh butter, excuse me. And there is a small selection of meat, most of which is like chicken and turkey.
As you guys come in, you probably would see Dench like with like a cup of tea and like the map kind of like splayed on the table as well.
I think Lyra would take a seat at the table and immediately start putting food on a plate, just now realizing she's hungry.
Payne would eat anything that didn't look like kale.
That would be
Everything.
about 50% of what's on this table. There are bowls of kale.
Will go for the kale for parts of it, but she is going to be picking a little bit more at her food. Just obviously thinking about things. And in a very Lyra-like fashion, she's going to have a book open next to her that she's almost immediately like looking through.
Oh God, you're infecting her, Lyra.
Yeah, yeah.
It's spreading.
It is, and we did find some
Wait,
stuff out.
what's spreading?
The blight.
Oh, bad choice of words. I'm sorry. No, never mind. Forget I said anything.
They're excited that you're well, Dench is happy you're reading. Canis probably is not. So we found some stuff. We found a book called Brackenwood. Payne helped me dig through it. Thank you for your help, Payne. I don't think I stopped when we were there, but as it turns out, Brackenwood is it's a less pleasant stretch of trees and more densely packed collection of things with way too many teeth. So we will probably want to plan accordingly. That was delicate, right, Payne?
He's trying to swallow what he has in his mouth, and he's like, mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
So
you don't go too far north towards the woods or the beasts will get you.
yeah,
you don't go
Not
alone.
exactly.
So dire creatures of pretty much any kind you can think of. Displacer beasts, owlbears. Delightfully, there are currently breeding bullets, so that'll be fun to see and encounter.
On purpose? You say somebody's breeding bullets? Or are you
Well, I think-
saying...
It may be organic. I haven't asked them.
Oh. I'm say, I'm
I don't
hoping there's
know.
no like bullet farm out there somewhere, because that's some
Well,
dangerous shit.
So there's a magical creatures and more. It's a well, I'm assuming that it has to do with breeding creatures. I don't know that they're breeding the bullets, but there's also a lone unicorn out there somewhere,
Huh.
and they're not evil, so that's good.
All right.
But they're dangerous.
Payne's very convinced they're dangerous.
Well, everything in that forest sounds dangerous.
True, that's true. And then there was another one about another book about Brackenford itself that we found. So Brackenford, they focus on logging operation, or the book focused on logging operations, but that's what they have there. There's a temple of Obed High there. Nature, deity, unsurprising, I guess, given the lumber interests. Notations on proficiency in magical creature handling. That's where I got the idea that they are probably breeding some of these things. And then we decided to head west in our research. So the ruins of Ankmir.
I should bring up now, I also got some information and clarity on that, but you should go ahead first.
Okay, yeah, maybe clarify, because what we found, so first and foremost, it wasn't dated, which she'll look around for signs of recognition of what that might mean. And
sketchy.
Yeah, so basically they don't want to be documented. They tried to run like underneath view. So there's no dates on anything. But apparently there was it was just Ankmir at one point. It wasn't always ruined, but it was a thriving port city, and they did deep sea traversal and had anyway, so they did deep sea traversal and apparently had a faction that was dedicated to deep like exploration, which is incredibly dangerous, entirely unhinged, and I really respect that. Um, they were also among the first major port, one of the first major ports to establish contact with the port cities in Trubenshard. So that was pretty interesting too. But a few centuries ago, I'm guessing, there was a massive civil war that erupted not too long after this golden age that they had. Um, so then this guy named, I'm assuming guy, Braxel Wisdom, uh, took over, like kind of took charge, wasn't very happy about what happened when the Civil War went down. Uh, so he allegedly made a pact with a devil to salvage what remained of his people. So that's where the spire of the pact makers, um, yeah. But also, regrettably, it's a flourishing slave trade. So it's made of 30% tiefling, 20% orc, 20% Yuan-ti, and then the other 30% is it's hinted at enslaved populations.
Do you think they always had slaves there, or only after it became
That's
ruined? And when did it become ruined? During the Civil War, you think?
so I'm assuming that the Civil War is
Probably.
what ruined it. Yeah. My thought is that this Braxel person maybe played a role in that aspect. I'm not entirely sure. That's what I was saying earlier. Was he good or bad when the Civil War broke out? Like which side won?
Good evening, Cornelius.
Yep. Cornelius comes in. He
Evening,
doesn't.
sir.
He doesn't say a word while you guys are talking. He just sits down, grabs a loaf of bread, cracks it in half, and starts dipping it in butter and just biting off chunks. Oh, hello. Please don't let me interrupt. I have something for you when you're done, but please continue.
Oh, thank you. Uh, and then we did some research on religious stuff. Uh, Amelia was feeling bad about the swaggin, I think. If correct me if I'm wrong, Amelia. But wanted to do some research on better ways to dispatch the dead, which I found out I could help with, which is nice. Take it away,
Uh,
Amelia.
well, going back a subject. Uh, it wasn't centuries ago. It was maybe 5 decades, give or take, for that. Before Braxel made a pact with Levistus. Um, it is not a pleasant part of the world, as you've pieced together. It is a place um, where you should be on guard at pretty much all the time. It's almost more infamous than its slave trade. It's known for the Thieves Guild within it. And from what, admittedly little, but from what little I do know, that pact with the devil was done in an attempt to spare the people of Akhmir from the Civil War. And
Sure came at a cost.
Yeah,
it, as all things like that would, but it did, in a sense, work. The war ended.
are these slaves for the pact then?
I
Sounds like it could be connected, yeah.
I don't know. I know that very few want to go there to get information. There's ships that do still go in and out periodically. Slaver ships, trade ships, ships for the guild, things like that. But and it is still my intention that when we're finished with what needs to be done east, I need to go west
Well,
Um,
yeah, didn't you have a friend over there? If she's enslaved, we need to make sure we get her out of there. I know you thought of it.
We talked about it before anyway.
Yeah.
yes. It's also directly tied to my looks to Lyra and Canis particular. Paladinism.
Oh, okay.
Does the quotes and everything.
So the ruins of Ankmir aren't somewhere we're going to want to go lightly. And you just got a direction, right, Amelia? Was there anything that said the ruins of Ankmir, or was it a direction?
Did the
You said
stars
arrow.
Well, I think we worked together to triangulate the exact location and direction of the arrow, if I remember correctly.
I am as confident that it is the ruins of Ankmir as I was confident in the location of the last fragment.
It was spot on. Yeah.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Maybe we shouldn't have researched it first.
Maybe,
Read it a little less.
maybe Payne, you're right. Maybe we'll get lucky, and it's just like a couple, a couple 100 miles east of Ankmir, and we can just in and out, quick 20-minute adventure. Unlikely.
Well,
Unlikely.
that's unlikely, but
Yeah.
I was hoping if it was a direction, then perhaps the ruins of Ankmir were in that direction, but our destination is along that path and not all the way there.
Yeah, and that's very hopeful and wishful thinking. And if we hadn't had dogs turn into blood creatures and blood puddles turn into crazy blood creatures, I might think our luck was good enough for that, but I'm guessing probably not.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not skilled at translating the stories of the stars to maps and routes. But Dench seemed to know how those directions worked, so. But that's not next on the journey anyway. We're looking to go east, but first, probably shouldn't keep Mr. Fenbrush. She stumbles a little bit, saying like the last name, waiting.
Oh, no, I'm just filling my mouth full of delicious elven bread and butter. Thank you. If you're all interested, I received a missive from Mr. Thompson of Shoreside Arms that there was a great deal of coinage traded for something of interest, and I wanted to potentially make you an offer. He reaches down and pulls out a small bag and sets it on the table. I know that you are beginning your endeavors here, and are taking in a great deal of coinage, and coinage unfortunately weighs a lot. This is a coin purse of the pocket plane.
A little yelp leaves Lyra.
If you're interested, I cannot give it to you for free, but I can sell it to you at a discount if you're interested. Typically, these would sell in market for 300 gold pieces, but I can give it to you for 250 if you're interested. I'll take the hit myself as an investment for your endeavors.
Lyra looks like a kid in a toy store waiting to be told yes.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what everybody else has on them, but there's 250 in our party gold. Well, gold and silver. We do still need to purchase supplies for the trip. So I'm not sure what that'll leave us.
I can throw 50 in.
Everything I have, I'm more than willing to put towards.
Speaking of, how much do you have left?
What?
Amelia? Oh yeah, Amelia. How much do you have left, by the way? That's a very good question.
Can I insight? Because that was the most pointed. How much do you have in your wallet question that I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, Amelia, make an insight check.
Never mind, I am incredibly trusting. That was the most fitting, appropriate
Just
roll.
curious.
They're just wondering.
I have, let's see, 90 some silver still, or 90 some gold and a handful of silver still.
Oh wow.
That's more than I was expecting.
Why do you seem so
Considerably more.
surprised?
Oh yeah, no reason really. No reason.
Amelia
Because
pretty
normally she gives
much
her gold
fully.
away.
Amelia fully has like the halo essentially and completely just oblivious. What? Well, if you need it, of course, take it.
That's a good point. Well, I mean, if we all chip in some and then put some of the party gold, we could. Yeah, I'm sure we can afford that. I'm sorry, Payne. I cut you off.
I would chip in, but I gave my earnings to Lyra to pay for the resurrection.
Yeah,
Not-
that's at home. Yeah. And thank you, Payne. This will be helpful. This will be very helpful for our group. I do think that's a good idea because right now, I mean, coin is heavy. I don't know if the rest of you have noticed.
Oh yes. Well, yeah. I'm sure Pearl feels the burden of that
Yeah.
last one. Yeah.
So it's not a bad idea. I think it's a worthy investment.
All right. Well, however you want to divvy it up. He kind of pushes the coin purse forward.
You said 250 for the.
250. Yes.
All right.
Did you say that we have that still with Pearl mostly?
With Pearl, we have 252 gold. All totaled up in gold. We have 526 silver, 200 gold. The math is being added up for me on D&D Beyond.
Super funny that Dunge's just been like counting our coppers every night while on watch. Well, that seems
He expects people to rob him, so I mean.
people, Canis.
What if we do 150 from the group and then each put 20 in? And I'll put in for Payne, me, and Canis.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and remove. You said it was 150 from Pearl.
Yeah, and then 20 each. I'm gonna take 60 out of mine because Payne and Canis don't have gold.
And a lot of what's on Pearl, well, I guess it won't matter now. I was gonna say we could get rid of a lot of the silver, but guess it won't. Yeah, no biggie.
Yeah, we should
really
keep
matter,
some
yeah.
silver because then we can tip and buy food and rest places and things.
In case one of us becomes a werewolf.
That's not funny.
Okay, so everybody removes 20, and then 150 from Pearl's inventory.
Yep, I got Pearl.
And then whoever's, I'm assuming, are you guys going to keep the coin purse on Pearl?
Probably on one of us.
On one
Would
of
be
you?
best.
Okay,
Yeah.
so whoever's going to take it, you can add a coin purse to the pocket plane. It is an item that I've created, so you should just be able to search it.
I don't want to do it to myself, but I feel like Lyra would be very excited.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Dench probably would have been like pushing the. If it was closer to Dench, she probably would have pushed it towards Lyra.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, Candace, add a coin purse to the pocket plane. Again, it's in the inventory that you can search, and then just turn off your coin weight, and yeah, it will hold 225,000 coins of any denomination at the weight of 1 pound.
Got it.
Well, thank you. And hopefully this helps you some. I am going to take this half loaf with me, and he dips it in a bowl of butter and just scoops it up high. I'm not going to eat this like an ice cream cone. I will spread it.
Wouldn't judge you if you did.
Good. If you'll excuse me, I've other things to attend to tonight. You all take care of yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you very soon. And he leaves.
I have a out-of-character logistics-y questions about the coin purse. Because the coins, for the sake of transparency, would it be easier to just have those coins in, like, the party inventory? Would
I mean,
that be easier?
yeah, I'll tell you guys what it is anyway,
Yeah,
so I don't care one
that's-
way or another. As long as Xavier's okay with it.
That way anyone could theoretically add to it if needed, if, like, if Candace was RPing as Lyra actively, something like that.
Yeah, let's do it like this, because Lyra's still going to have her coins on her, and if she turns her coin weight off, it counts as nothing.
Oh, that's true.
That's where the issue comes in, so put it on Pearl, quote-unquote, and then Candace just keep the item in your inventory.
Okay.
That way, you can count the party inventory as having the weight off, or at least an easily calculatable weight that can be removed, as opposed to, well, I have this weight on me and this weight not on me with Lyra.
Yeah, and if there's no obligation to put your coin in here, but since we just bought it, if you want to put your coin in here, go ahead. And guys, let me know what you're putting in there so I can update the...
Well, if we're just throwing it then in the party one.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah,
that-
that's
yeah.
true, yeah. Just throw it
Which
in
also
there.
makes that easier.
I think Dench will just keep his coins on him just in case he gets, like, separated from the party and needs to pay his way for something individually. Not out of mistrust, just necessity.
Amelia, with her incredible trust of people, is going to, of course, pour the vast majority of her coinage into that coin purse.
All of it.
Be honest, she's just doing that for carry weight.
You think she cares if she's fast?
Sorry, we were talking logistics about how the hell to do that. Okay.
Okay. If there is nothing else, then I think we will go ahead and leave it here for tonight.
Get Lucy the fuck to sleep.
Yep. And for those of you in the US who are getting the day off tomorrow for President's Day, then enjoy your President's Day off.
Oh, gotta work.
I was gonna say
Bank
there's only.
holiday.
I know. I knew. Kat had it. I knew Candace and I had it. Lucy is African, so he doesn't get it. And Payne, I don't think gets it either, but that's okay. All right, guys. Any final questions, clarifications for me before we end this session? Okay. That's what I like to see. A lot of no's. Okay, guys. We'll see you back next week for session number 19.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Great game. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
All right. See you guys later.
Right.
Okay. For those of you who are still hanging out with us, let's go ahead and jump over to somebody to raid. Wow, there's actually a lot more people on tonight than there has been in the last, like, probably 3 weeks. Let's see. Probably Orcish Fence or Anzavino. Orcish Fence is... Oh, he's playing Pathfinder. Oh, actual Pathfinder, like tabletop Pathfinder. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and raid Orcish Fence. Actually, I think the last time we raided him, he was playing this as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of zoom-ins happening here, making me feel uncomfortable. Um, looks like they're in a combat right now-ish, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I like the weird little halo light they got going on. Yeah, I got... What platform is he playing in? Oh, Foundry, that's why. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and raid Orcish Fence for tonight. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, and we will see you soon.
Similarity between him and a mannequin in that they are humanoid and artificially created, and he is only technically alive. So he's now wondering if he counts as a mannequin for me.
Oh no.